Welcome to the May 30th edition of Gridlife Digest Weekly, our culture and gaming podcast, and the number one E3 podcast on the internet, because nobody this week is going to do an E3 podcast, I tell you what. It's not going to happen. So,
Hell no.
joining me is the MILF Man,
Hey there.
Micah Binfed. I forgot your name.
I forgot my name for a second. Okay, I
was like,
forget my
wait a
name
second.
every day.
You forget your name every day? That's a problem.
Damn.
That's really not
I mean,
good.
I'm not saying my name too often. You know, it's not like I'm calling out to myself like, "Hey, Micah."
Hey, Micah, what's
You
up?
know, exactly.
How's
Hey,
it
Micah,
going?
how's it going? You know, you're doing real crappy today. How dare you?
Out there. So,
But-
could you start talking to yourself in the third person if you wanted to?
I mean, maybe. I mean, because I've heard it's okay to talk to yourself as long as you don't respond. But sometimes that happens.
Interesting.
Sometimes
You know?
it slips out.
So don't respond to yourself because that officially means you're crazy.
Don't respond to yourself. All right, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
And the illustrious return of the San Francisco tree, Eli Saw. How you doing, sir?
What's up, guys? It's your boy. What's up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube and podcast services all around the world? So, for the uninitiated, we choose a couple topics for conversation, recommend a piece of media for the group and audience to check out. You can get the show on YouTube and the podcast service of your choice every single Wednesday, and be sure to check out gridlifedigest.com to see all the content in one place. While you're at it, follow us on all of our social media platforms, at Gridlife Digest on Twitter and Instagram, as well as at Gridlife Digest Pod on Facebook, so you never miss what's happening. So now it is time for the weekly Gridlife Digest press conference, sponsored by the fervent E3 hype. So it is nearly June. E3 and Kind of Funny Prom are right around the corner, and our content schedule will reset on June. We'll be back in blah, blah, blah. The content schedule is just exciting me too much. So we'll be right back into the motions with Gridlife Plus and Gold and all that as soon as June rolls around. I think that's pretty much it, though. For any mentions, any shout-outs for stuff that's happening that I'm forgetting about? Micah?
That sounds about it.
Sounds about
I
right.
mean, we're ramping up our streaming. We're having more fun with that.
Yeah, ramping it up.
So, yeah. Well, I don't know how consistent that's gonna be, but it's gonna happen
At
when
least
it
one
happens.
stream a week. We want to do
Yeah.
at least one stream a week. We'll see what happens, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I gotta say, RIP Destiny Tuesday. I just couldn't do it, guys. I'm sorry. Destiny 2 kind of sucks.
Destiny 2, it's really disappointing, isn't it? Like, I don't know.
I'm sorry. I even
Is-
paid for all the DLC. I'm not even playing it.
Yeah, I have the expansion pass too. Haven't touched them.
What a waste.
Is there any other game that ends with a 2 that is relevant? Or
I mean, relevant.
No.
Not as much.
No. No.
Watchdog Tuesdays?
Yeah, let's play Watch Dogs 2 randomly.
You know, that's on my backlog, so.
It's a great game.
Okay.
That's a fantastic game. Speaking of video games, what have we been
Yes.
playing this week? Micah, start us off.
So I recently went out and bought Detroit Become Human. Oh man, I've been looking forward to this game for years. I swear I was looking forward to it even before it was announced because they had that Kara demo in like 2013, and you know that's that whole demo where she's being put back together, or no, she's being put together, and then like they do some tests on her, and then you know she's becoming more human-like, and then he's like, wait, that's not the protocol, and starts tearing her apart and whatnot, you know. And ever since then, I'm like, fuck, I hope that's a game, you know, because it said it was a demo, like it's not a game yet, and then it was announced in like 2015, I think, and ever since then, I'm like, fuck, you know, I really want to fucking play this. And so, yeah, it came out Friday. For some reason, I thought it was coming out today. So I was like, oh, shit, it came out, you know, today. I need to go out and get it, you know. And then I popped that game in. And, oh, man, that game, like, it's the most realistic game I've ever seen. Like, it looks better than God of War in the sense that it's more realistic. It's not as stylized, you know. But, oh, man, it's so great. Like, just all the emotions that go on in that game. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but it kind of has that, you know, that like in past games where they had the father son thing going on, like in God of War and then Last of Us. It kind of has the same thing in Detroit become human. Yeah, exactly. But it's more of a father or no, like a mother son or no.
Which
Mother
dynamic
daughter
is it,
type-
Micah?
yeah, I don't even know anymore.
So many families.
Mother boy.
Yeah, mother boy, mother daughter, whatever I was trying to say. But
Well, now I'm just really confused. I don't know which one it is. I don't know what to expect now.
it's
It's a surprise.
yeah. I still can't even say it right. It's a mother daughter.
Relationships.
Yeah, two people care about each other, and yeah, that's what happens. But I'm just riding this like just Android hype. Like I started last year with Westworld. It's like, oh, androids are becoming aware of who they are. Like that's cool. And then so Detroit Become Human just comes and takes that concept to like the next level. And it's like, oh shit, they do actually have feelings. Like I feel like it just kind of fleshes that out like way more than any other piece of media that has dealt with androids becoming self-aware. So
I don't know. Blade Runner, pretty poignant scenes.
That's true.
I've heard some good
but-
things about Near Automata too.
Near Automata too, pretty huge.
Okay,
It's
I'll
represented.
need to check out Near Automata.
It's represented for sure.
But I don't know.
Existentialism.
From what I've seen, Detroit has done that the best. But I'm excited to keep on playing. I've played like 5 or 6 hours of it. So I mean, I could say already that it's probably gonna be my game of the year, just because
Damn.
it's my type of game. Like I have Heavy Rain on like my top 3 games of all time. This is made by Quantic Dream, so I think it's just gonna continue that trend of
And
like
you're big,
what
you're a big like Telltale fan too. Huh?
exactly. It's just all those story games I really like. Just like, oh, I can play through a game and not really, I have to worry about like finding a stupid item. I can just play straight through, and my skills don't really matter. And I like basically it's just a really long movie that is somewhat interactive. That's kind of all I need. A good story, good graphics, good music, and I'm set. So
Ooh.
basically, with my games, I like to play them as little as possible. So
Who needs
I
some
do
video
not wanna-
game in your video games?
yeah, I
You don't
do.
need it.
Yeah, I do not want to be touching the controller too much. I want to have my hands free so I can do other things. And yeah, good game. I recommend it.
I have a question about it.
Yeah.
So I really liked Until Dawn, and
Mhm.
I went back and played Heavy Rain after that to be like, oh, this game's kind of similar, but that game is who knows how old, 10 years maybe.
Yeah.
What is it? Detroit Become Human? Like, does it feel as good as kind of Until Dawn does? Does it feel like a modern game?
It definitely does, and more so because like Until Dawn, I feel like that had some technical issues. Like
Hmm.
that game gets super chuggy. Once you get into some of the more intense scenes, it's like, oh my god, this frame rate's terrible. But this game it looks way better, and the writing feels better than that game too. So I just feel like everything about it. And I know the whole thing with David Cage, it kind of soured it for some people, but I guess I'm just trying to separate the art from artist. He's not the only one who worked on this game.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of just setting that aside. I'm like, I'm a fan of your games, but like you're kind of a dick. So
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly. We don't know for sure. So yeah, not gonna let that affect it. So,
All right.
I
yeah.
was gonna ask you a question about the writing because I've heard pretty mixed reaction with this game. It's pretty polarizing. A lot of the complaints are due to the writing and how kind of it takes a lot of leaps and bounds in logic. Have you gotten there yet, or has it been pretty consistently good for you so far, or do you not really care?
I mean, I guess yeah. Bottom line, I don't really care, but I haven't really noticed anything.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, some of it is kind of annoying because it'll after the end of like a scene, it'll show like all the different like ways you could have taken it, and it's like fuck. I feel like I missed out.
Are you
Like
gonna replay it?
you can go and replay it, but like you go in and then like like at the main menu, there's this chick who's like tells you some information about it. She's like, "Oh, you can go and replay it, but like we recommend not to. You should go through and play through the whole game, and then afterwards you can go and then change it." So I'm like, I don't really want to ruin the experience for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But like in some aspects, I feel like I fucked myself over just because I made a wrong button press. That's kind of annoying. Like, oh, this character got killed because I fucked up, and I feel kind of shitty about it.
That's consequences. That's good.
Exactly. I mean, that's pretty much how all these games are. So I just feel it more so in this game than others. It feels more real, probably because it's not doesn't look comic booky style like any of the Telltale games. It's like, oh, this looks like an actual person. But yeah, I have to say it's probably one of the best looking games out there. Like compared to any PC game or anything, oh man, it's so gorgeous. Just the character models, it's really lifelike.
It only looks better on PS4 Pro.
That's true.
Fucking Sony pony shill. Get out of here.
Shoot, if you hear this, pay me like $10. I'll say that every time.
It's all it takes, $10. That's his price.
But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about that. So, what have you been playing, Eli?
So I've been chipping away here and there on that God of War Platinum. Killed all the Valkyries. Need to do a couple more like chests and find like a shit ton of ravens, which I'm not excited to do, but whatever. I know that I need to find like 30 or something. I'll just YouTube it or whatever. But let me tell you, the thing I've been playing the most is Hearthstone and the Witchwood expansion.
This poor town has seen its share of trials. Now we face a new force, sinuous and vile.
Sunken, wicked, twisting trees and turning them to will. Some diabolic expertise.
Harder each time, but like the last boss is like ridiculously hard. So I've just been doing that on my free time whenever I can. I always have my phone with me, so it's like, all right, whip out Hearthstone. Let's get that. I forget what it's called. It's not Dungeon Run. That's the old one, but whatever it's called, let's get that going. Let's start a new character. And let me tell you, Hearthstone, I love it. I love it so much. For years and years.
Is it the quintessential card game?
I think so. I can't imagine anything getting better than this. Like it's all the best parts of Yu-Gi-Oh, all the best parts of like, I don't know, Gwent. It's very similar to Magic the Gathering, I guess. Mm-hmm. If anything could beat it would be Magic the Gathering.
Okay. Yeah, so that would probably give it the most run up for its money. I like Gwent because it's so simple, but yeah, if you want something with real depth, Magic or Hearthstone now are probably your best options.
Yeah, and you like when they made the mobile version, it like really just opened it up to everyone. Like you always have your phone on you. Play a game takes 10 to 15 minutes at the most. You always have time to play a game. You don't have to carry a deck of cards with you around either.
Yeah, that's a huge gigantic plus. I guess I've just never been into card games enough, but I've heard so many people talk so highly about Hearthstone, so I might want to give it a shot. Is it free or do you just pay for like packs or what? What does the pricing work?
It's totally free. You pay for packs. I don't know if you can pay for like the single player stuff anymore, but back in the day it would be like they would release like 1 or 2 paid single player expansions like every year. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if you can buy those anymore. But it is just paying for packs, and you don't have to do that. You get like 100 gold every 3 wins or something, and that will buy you a pack.
Okay, so it's
50
pretty balanced.
gold.
It's fairly balanced. Okay, kind of like Overwatch.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's Blizzard, so like they're not gonna screw you over.
They got the secret sauce with everything that they do, and it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, somehow.
Speaking of Overwatch.
Speaking of Overwatch, I've been playing a little bit of that too. But go for it, Noah.
I was gonna say I installed Overwatch on PC finally, and it completely changes the feel of it to be perfectly honest. Like it feels so much better to play. I find myself I can actually kind of play a DPS decently now, even though Mercy is still my main and will continue to be my main. I can see myself playing this game a lot more now. It's
Nice.
so well made. Like the support that this game has gotten is pretty incredible when you look at it with all the different characters and maps and stuff. Like if every multiplayer game was supported like this, like it'd be a much more vibrant space, I feel. Yeah, just really excited to dive more into Overwatch, either just by myself or with friends. And the other thing I got, I think I talked about it last week, but Battle Chasers on Switch. I've just been kind of like messing around in that. It's definitely exactly what I wanted it to be, but it unfortunately suffers for some performance issues. Like when you're out in the overworld just walking, like the movement speed feels very sluggish to me.
Oh.
But the battle system is probably one of my favorite turn-based battle systems I've ever played. The overcharge system mechanic or whatever is incredible. It makes you actually want to use the different attacks rather than just save your mana points. It's just a really fun dungeon crawler, amazing artwork. The voice acting is pretty subpar, but most of it isn't even voice acted anyway, so it doesn't really matter for the most part. If you're looking for a JRPG type game on Switch, it just got there. Pick it up. Or it's on other consoles too. It's probably cheaper on other consoles, but this Switch is exactly where it needs to be played. Absolutely. And then finally, God of War left me in a place where I'm like, I don't want to play anything except for like amazing, like just like my favorite things ever. So I've just been playing Mass Effect again. I popped in Andromeda. I was like, I'm gonna try this again. And then I was just like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna just straight up just play Mass Effect 3 again, or Mass Effect the trilogy again. So I jumped into 1, got a bunch of like texture mods and stuff, so it actually looks modern and runs well. And yeah, just my reverence for this series is very, very high, but it's just incredible that I can play it so many times and not get bored. Like, it's even when I make a lot of the same decisions, like I still don't get bored. It just feels fresh to me every single time, and I don't know what it is about it. It's just, as a whole cohesive package, it delivers to me on nearly every level. The fact that it's not 15 frames a second also helps with the mechanics in 1, because boy is it rough, but when it runs, it's actually pretty decent. So I'm on a Mass Effect kick, and you're gonna see me on the other side probably in a very, very long time. Probably when the summer hits, probably when Spider-Man hits, was when I'm gonna get out of this. So wish me luck there. I'm totally invested.
Dude, do you think? Okay, so you're on Mass Effect 1 right now?
Yeah, because I had a Mass Effect 3 playthrough going, but I fucked it up with mods, and now I can't even start the save file. So I had to just start over, which I'm okay with, because I want to see the whole game with the graphics mods, or the whole trilogy with the graphics mods rather.
That'd be really cool. So my question, like, once you finish 3, which I don't know when that'll be, maybe, who knows?
August.
Do you think you will play Andromeda after that?
I don't know, because I keep jumping into Andromeda. I'm like, this is really good. Like the mechanically is really good, and then just like the really weird sprint animation plays, and like an animation doesn't trigger, and like the dialogue is really stilted, and it just doesn't feel right to me. Like it looks like Mass Effect, it just doesn't feel like Mass Effect. Like it's, even though the mechanics are great, it feels a little bit too like over the top for me. Like it's very much boots on the ground in the, like, at least in 1 and 2. 3, you're popping around doing crazy stuff too a little bit. Yeah, it lacks that like that 1 foot in realism a little bit. It's completely ridiculous. It's total hard sci-fi, but there was a modesty to it before, I guess. He's not, Commander Shepard isn't like zipping around and like throwing all these crazy powers out. It's, your back up against the wall. He's cover shooter. It's much more grounded and slow, methodical. But yeah, and also just the fact that you can't give commands to your soldiers. That's a big part of Mass Effect to me. And without that
Really?
dynamic,
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, so you cannot, there's no wheel. There's no command wheel. So like being able to have Vetra say just, fire on this one enemy. You can have them target enemies, but like you can't use their specific powers at specific times, and that completely diminishes a huge amount of the strategy in those games, especially on the harder difficulties.
Yeah.
but it makes sense. You know, Ryder isn't a commander. He's not. He or she is not a military. Personnel really. So it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I really like the lived-in feel of the trilogy. I think the very Wild West, very Star Trek, we're gonna go out and find out what's out there is very cool, and it's a great idea, and I'm glad they did it. But a part of me just really likes the lived-in feel of the Milky Way galaxy, and I just want to immerse myself in that. We'll see. I'll probably try again once this playthrough is done, but I don't know. I cannot seem to get into this game, even though I've played it for 60 plus hours.
Jeez.
I tried real hard. That was the reason I didn't finish Horizon for the longest time, because I was playing fucking Mass Effect Andromeda and hating myself. And I was just like, it's not clicking for me. But we'll see. It sucks because it's really mechanically great. When you're in combat, it's a lot of fun. It just what I play Mass Effect 4 is the universe and the immersion and all this other shit. The mechanics kind of are secondary to me. So it fails in the most important aspects to me as a Mass Effect game. It's a good game. I just don't think it's a very good Mass Effect game. What else? I think that's all I've been playing, really. I haven't been playing much, to be perfectly honest. So now we can probably move into topics. So this week, pretty much dedicated to our pre-E3 thoughts and hype and predictions and all that. So I just kind of want to go down the list. E3, what our expectations are. We're going to start off. What's your guys' most anticipated conference, Micah? Do you have an opinion?
I mean, I don't know, because I'm just really not expecting too much, but I'm just excited to see what PlayStation has to say. Mm-hmm. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But I just feel more of an attachment to PlayStation than I do with all the other, big guys out there. But yeah, because I feel like Xbox, I feel like they're not going to really do anything.
You don't think so? I feel like they're going to pull some out. I really do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
What are they going to pull out of their ass? At least
it's possible.
Pull some games out. No one.
Didn't they already say Halo's not going to be there?
I don't know. Let me see. I think we're going to see something from Halo. We're going to see something Halo related.
Halo Wars.
Maybe some knockoff the Halo game, some mobile thing that you can play on your Xbox.
Just reigniting, returning on the Halo Online servers now that El Dorito exists. They're like, oh, go back to our official servers. That's why we took it down.
Yeah.
So I asked the Kind of Funny Facebook group what their most anticipated games were. Antonio, a big friend of ours, he said possible Halo 6 announcement or even a Halo Master Chief Collection release on PC. That alone, if that happens, would be a top 5 of E3 announcement for me. Just to be able to play the campaigns on PC all in a row together like that.
Remastered.
Fantastic. Remastered, Halo 2 Anniversary, gorgeous game. And I just want to be able to play those whenever I want, and I don't have an Xbox anymore. But yeah, that would be incredible. I think we're going to see probably a cinematic teaser trailer for Halo 6, but nothing really too substantial. It is confirmed to be in development now, though. But I'm going to say we might not even see Halo 6 maybe at the tail end of this generation. They had some pretty significant internal restructuring. A lot of the creative leads left after Halo 5. So 343 Industries has a lot to prove, and they're seemingly focusing on the Master Chief Collection. They're supposed to be putting out a big update for it pretty soon, and that sounds like the perfect timing to release it on PC. Yeah.
What about, you think anything Gears of War will happen?
Gears, I feel like Gears is actually more likely than Halo is. Because Gears 4 came out in, 2016?
Yeah, it's been a couple of years.
2017? I don't think I think it's going to be a similar situation where we see kind of a teaser for Gears 5, which Gears 4 was a great game. I thought it was really fun. It kind of felt like Jurassic World in that it didn't need to exist. It was all right, we're just going through the motions again. They're like, oh, they're back. We took them out, but now they're back.
We got his son this time.
Yeah, they all had kids, and Marcus Phoenix is old now, but he's gonna do the same stuff, and they're back, but slightly different. So if Halo and Gears are in need of significant attention to detail and help, because I don't know if they can continue just doing the same shit. Especially
no, they can't. I mean, it's just starting to get stale.
Yeah.
Okay, you got shooters, and you shoot at different kinds of aliens in both games. That's about it, right?
I mean, yeah, but I'd say Gears 4 was way better than Halo 5 to me. Like way better. I feel like they're in a better spot than 343 is. The Coalition is. But Halo, I actually want to make like a significant video as to why I don't like Halo anymore. At least the 343 Halo games. So look for that on the channel. I'm actually going to make this.
Sweet.
Who knows when it's going to come out? But yeah, I want to go in detail as to why Halo is fucked up and what they can do to fix it. So I won't really do that here. But yeah, I think the presence from both franchises is going to be pretty small. I'll be very surprised if we see gameplay from either of them. But they're going to have something. I feel like one of my predictions, they're going to have something big. They're going to have a couple wow moments, either partnerships or announcements or something. I feel like Max had a really good point. The Avengers game would be a perfect showing for Xbox. If they could get advertisement exclusivity with that, that would be huge.
My issue there is with like when we look back on their partnership with Square Enix, like with Rise of the Tomb Raider, that it didn't really work out in their favor.
Yeah, but now they can be like, now it looks, you want to play the Avengers game, it looks best on the One X. Like they have that tagline they fall back on now.
They do.
Yeah.
The most powerful console.
Yeah, the most powerful. You want to play the Avengers game on the most powerful console? Here it is. Like they have that. They can shove in your face with every other third-party title now.
But it still doesn't like make up for the fact that majority of people have PS4s and like, you know, the number, no one knows the number, but it could be around double the amount.
Yeah, if not more. Yeah, it's possible. I just think that would be a really big get because they need something big like that. Maybe not the Avengers game, but they're gonna have a couple like mic drop moments during E3.
Yeah, they need something huge. Like people, I know at Kind of Funny, they've been tossing out Rocksteady at Microsoft, and like that would break my heart. But
I feel like that would definitely be a PlayStation thing with just their past, like with Arkham Knight and everything. I feel like they've already got that relationship with Sony.
Whereas because there's been a lot of exclusive, Arkham DLC on PlayStation consoles. Ever since those games came out.
The beginning, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see them switching over to Xbox.
I mean, it would be definitely interesting if they did, but I don't see that happening. That's why I think like Square already is kind of in bed with Xbox with the Tomb Raider deal, even though it didn't work out in their favor that much. I feel like they still have that working relationship going that they could maybe work something out. They need something, and I hope for them. I'm most curious about this one, but my most excited conference is Bethesda because they really have to come out strong. They've consistently put out my favorite games this generation, so I'm really down for whatever they want to put out. Rage 2 I think looks great. It's going to be ridiculous and fun and wacky, but it's just going to be a great game. The original Rage
they really got fucked over.
They really did. I mean, Rage, the game that made John Carmack leave id Software, like I never thought I would have expected to see a sequel to this, but they totally changed the direction, and I really also hope, since id is not working on that entirely, that we're going to see something from Doom 2 finally. I feel like the timing lines up correctly, and they're going to need it. Because Quake Champions is in perpetual beta, from what I understand. Arcane might be working on something, but it's probably too early because Prey came out last year.
Early last year.
People are saying Prey DLC, but I don't see that happening. Dishonored, I think, is shelved. So they have to come up with something. So something from Arcane Studios, either a Prey-like, I'm going to say like a teaser for like a Prey-like game. I don't think it's going to be a direct sequel, but just something in that Arcane Studios style, which I'm 100% down for. id, hopefully Doom 2. Bethesda Game Studios is the big one. What are they going to show? Is Starfield real? Is it all bullshit? Are we going to get another version of Skyrim? Are we going to get some kind of Fallout on Switch happening? I would love Fallout 3 on Switch. And I could honestly see that happening. I like New Vegas more than Fallout 3, but I feel like Fallout 3 specifically, something about it would just fit on Switch more.
Imagine a combo though.
Oh fuck, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me right now.
They can do it.
Shit, they could totally do it. And then they could be like, hey, we understand that, you all love New Vegas so much. Well, we've been talking to our friends over at Obsidian, and we're going to release a new fucking Obsidian Fallout game. And then I would cry. I would just ejaculate from my eyes. And
I feel like those games are way too old for them to be porting.
No,
I mean,
not at
I know
all.
they.
That's why they
I know
could be
they
voted-
port
ported.
Skyrim a million times, but
Yeah,
I feel like for Fallout they don't have as big of a following for them to do that.
Fallout
I feel like
is huge.
I
though.
feel like they would do Fallout 4, just a really watered down version.
that would be terrible. I would cry.
I know, but like
Yeah.
that's what they've been doing because they brought
Yeah.
Doom over, and they brought Wolfenstein 2 over.
But
So they'll
the
probably
id
do
Tech
Fallout
engine,
4.
the id Tech engine is so much better than the creation engine, though. Like, they're so much more scalable. The creation engine is fucking awful. So if they could just use a game that has a lower benchmark, it's going to be a lot easier, in my opinion, or at least I would
okay.
think, because Fallout 4 barely even runs on the PlayStation and Xbox as it is,
That's true.
which is
Whereas,
just
like,
unfathomable. at
Doesn't
this
Fallout 3 like run on anything now?
point. I mean, yeah, it's janky, but
I
it would run better
Kind
than
of ran
Fallout
on
4.
PS3, so
It kind of ran.
Not much ran on PS3's third party wise, especially from Bethesda. Yeah,
I don't know.
would
I feel
love to
like
see that.
I feel like we're gonna get another port of Skyrim to like something. I don't know what. Like
here's
to
an
I can't
actual-
even imagine
to
what at this
mobile
point.
now.
Here's an
3DS.
actual prediction
No
that I have.
way.
Okay, so
It-
mark this down. I want to do a bet on this one. I think they're gonna poke fun. They're gonna do like a spoof like advertisement for Skyrim on like the calculator or something. Like they're gonna do something like that. They're gonna poke fun at themselves.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, they'll at least
They're
make fun
self-aware
of
enough.
themselves.
Yeah, so put that on the docket. All right, so we're gonna do bets. 3 bets. So Bethesda pokes fun at Skyrim ports.
That's funny.
It's gonna happen. What
When
other
you said
studios do they have? Arcane, id, Game Studios,
machine,
Machine Games. Yeah, we're not gonna see anything from them.
no.
So they gotta come up with something. They gotta have like a Starfield level. announcement.
When you said Obsidian, that reminded me like, oh yeah, Obsidian has worked with Bethesda like on a couple times, and imagine like Obsidian coming out on the Bethesda stage is really like the biggest thing that they could do at this point.
It seriously is. That's what everyone wants. But it's not gonna
And I
happen.
haven't. I don't know. I mean, Obsidian just did what Pillars of Eternity 2.
And then they're also working on the other thing for the new startup publisher, like the AA level startup publisher. They're also working on something like that. So I think
damn.
Obsidian is too busy. I don't think it's gonna happen. But that would be like the pipe dream, like this Year of Dreams level shit that I would want.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. That is not a prediction. But if Obsidian is even close to that stage, there is going to be hype.
That's the only thing I can think of, because Rage 2, we already know they're gonna, who knows how much time they're gonna put into that, because they've already
Pretty
like
big, I imagine.
showed their, yeah.
What-
So they have to have something that's not just like a reveal stuff, because we already know.
You have Todd Howard come out. Here's our sci-fi RPG. It's come out this fall.
I don't know. Bethesda is out of all of the conferences,
They're the wild
Bethesda
card.
worries me the most. Yeah.
Yeah, like it worries me the most, but it also excites me the most because they have,
Yeah.
at least for me, in the games I love, they have the potential to deliver the most to me. My expectations are pretty middle tier. I don't think they're going to pull off anything, but if they did, I'll be extremely happy. I'm also not going to be disappointed though, because what else are they going to have? All their studios are spent from what we know. But they came out with Rage 2 out of nowhere, so they're going to have some kind of surprise. Bethesda Game Studios is working on something, and we're going to see it.
Yeah, and it's not Elder Scrolls.
It's definitely not Elder Scrolls, and I don't want it to be Elder Scrolls because I want them to remake their engine and do Elder Scrolls 6 right. Probably next generation. We're not going to see that game
Yeah.
until PS5. Do you have any inclination for the Bethesda conference, Micah? Do you care about anything that's happening?
I don't know. Not really with Bethesda. You know, yeah, pretty much the only games I really would care about like are not going to be announced. You know, like
Yeah.
another Wolfenstein, like that's not happening for a while.
Yeah, that's going to be a
And, like,
PS5.
And then, you know, same thing with Elder Scrolls, like that's not happening. So I don't know. I really don't care. I mean,
Doom 2? Not even
No-
Doom 2? I feel like that's
okay, yeah,
that's going to happen.
maybe Doom 2. That would be interesting. But like I never really got into Arcane's, you know, lineup of games.
Don't blame me there. Those are very niche.
They are.
I
mean,
fucking love them, but they're very niche.
just with Dishonored, you like they give you so many options where it's like it's too many options. You know, for me personally, like I told you, like the
Not
less I
really.
have to do in the game, the more fun I'm gonna have.
Yeah, see, I like mechanics in video games in my video games, so Arcane makes perfect tiles for me.
Oh, okay.
And then so Devolver Digital. I
Oh
cannot
yeah, I forgot
wait.
about them.
I cannot.
So they're doing another conference.
They're doing another conference.
Okay.
Big old quote
Conference in quotes. Yeah.
I was like last year, like so the Bethesda conference wrapped up. They start. I didn't have any expectations, and then they just do that. If they can somehow up the ante again, I will be very entertained. Like it's completely ridiculous, but I'm 100% in.
They didn't really announce anything.
No,
though.
they announced like 3 games. Like they announced
Did
like 2
they?
games. It was
Oh,
amazing.
okay. Yeah,
but
it
they were.
didn't seem like much to me though. It was like
But the production value.
The production value,
Yeah.
just the.
it was
the
all
sheer-
pre-recorded though. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It was a whole gag. It was a satire on E3, and it was amazing.
No, that was pretty funny.
Let me see.
Pretty much the only game I care about that would come from them would be like another Hotline Miami game or something like that.
I want a true Serious
Might be
Sam.
time.
Maybe.
I want them.
You-
they actually might be making a serious, like an actual Serious Sam game. I'm not actually sure. So the one that I'm looking forward to by far the least is EA. I could not give less of a shit about EA.
See ya.
I'm done trying to hope that they're going to do something good. I'm interested in Battlefield 5, but I'm probably not going to tune into this one unless we want to just tune in to laugh at it. In which case,
I mean, if nothing else is going on at that time, yeah, I'll watch EA's.
but
Whatever.
I really don't give a shit about FIFA.
I'll watch half an hour of FIFA and Madden.
Yeah, Madden. You're gonna see the new story mode that Madden has. It's another new story mode or whatever.
It's like I swear when I hear EA, I just think of just boring, like unintuitive, like
Anthem.
no new
Actually, I do want to
cool
see Anthem.
games. Okay,
Oh,
Anthem,
okay,
yeah.
Anthem, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch EA.
BioWare. I mean,
For,
that's
like,
all.
the
That's all they got
3
going
minutes
for them.
of Anthem.
Yeah, they're gonna show 3 minutes of Anthem and 45 minutes of FIFA.
with snippets of Battlefield 5 and all that, or whatever it's
Probably a
supposed
lot
to
of
be called.
Battlefield 5 too.
Is it supposed to be V or 5 or
It's not V,
both?
it's not Battlefield.
I mean,
V.
either way, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Battlefield 1, we're going back to World War 1. Now Battlefield 5, now we're going to World War 2. And then Battlefield 4 and 3 are modern. It's all a mess.
Yeah.
So
Like,
whole
no one
timeline is
remembers Battlefield 2. It's okay. Or just call it Battlefield 1940, whatever.
1947.
Yeah,
it's
whatever
like
year that happens, right?
That would be cool. Alternate history Battlefield,
Yeah.
like Wolfenstein looking Battlefield. I'd be down with that.
It's too late now.
Or 2142. I want 2142 again. That would be fucking cool.
Oh, ooh.
Sci-fi, like modern graphics, sci-fi Battlefield.
Yeah,
Think about it.
yeah,
Think about
I
it,
like
Dice.
that.
Especially since they're not giving a season pass or anything again, like no premium pass or anything. Like I'm definitely interested to pick it up now. But the last time they said that, we got Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA, so I'm really not excited. Let me see. Anthem though, I mean, if Anthem doesn't deliver, then that'll mean BioWare is truly in the fucking ground, and I will cry.
So EA, what are we expecting Star Wars wise?
Mobile games probably.
Fuck.
Probably probably like a how they did like that developer like interview thing for Amy Hennig's game, like this is a thing that's being worked on. We're not going to talk about it today though. They're going to have like
big
this whole
middle
reel.
finger.
Yeah, big old middle
A
finger.
year
We're
later.
gonna see like a model of a TIE fighter on a Respawn developer's PC. Like that's all we're gonna see. It's gonna be one of those bullshit things. We're not gonna see anything really significant out of it. They're gonna hype it up though.
God.
They're gonna hype up this reel though, and they will. We're gonna see shitty mobile games. We're gonna see. We heard you. Battlefront 2 is great now. Play it again. Jump back in.
On
We
Switch.
removed. Yeah. Fuck you, EA. I hate you so much.
I don't think EA likes Nintendo anyways. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they don't. They try it. They put the shitty FIFA on there and like, oh, we made a botched port and then nobody played
Yeah.
it, so we're not going to support this.
And then before on Wii U, they put like Mass Effect 3 on Wii U,
which is just
and
incredibly stupid. It's like
exactly, it's
especially a
like
game that you can carry the saves across. Like if you can't carry the saves across and you just play Mass Effect 3, like what's the point?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the most
big mistake.
pointless game out there to put on that fucking console, but they did that.
Third party support. That's all they did it for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
third party support,
Oh,
but
so
like
for, like, a
games
year and a
came
half.
out 2 years ago.
exactly.
Cool.
Great. Appreciate it.
Mm.
So Microsoft, like I said, I'm really interested in this one. And then Square Enix. Square
I just
Enix
wanna say-
also. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say for Xbox, I have some predictions.
Okay, go for it.
So I predict they're gonna like at least do a price drop on the Xbox One X of like $50.
Already?
I
Yeah,
hope
okay.
so.
just like like this thing's too fucking expensive. We'll drop
We
it down
heard you.
half
This
a
thing's
bit,
way too
Benjamin.
fucking expensive.
Yeah. And then I also predict that Microsoft will announce like 3 exclusives, and then like 2 of them will be just infinitely canceled just forever. And
How do
then
we
like the
redeem
last
this
one,
prediction?
they'll just like kind of give up on it and turn it into a mobile game.
Scalebound is back as a mobile game,
Yeah, this
and Crackdown 3 is
Chibis everywhere.
canceled.
just, everyone will be so disappointed. So I mean, just nothing but disappointment. But I hope they pull something out of their ass, like we were saying. Like,
Snowbike Mike predicts Skate 4 announcement and Conker's Bad Fur Day sequel during the Xbox conference.
oh, okay,
Oh shit!
that's
They have all those rare IP, and they're not using them.
they aren't.
No, they just gave us old shit.
Fucking Super Lucky's Tale. Why wasn't that Conker? It doesn't make any sense. Skate 4, I don't think it's happening either.
No.
Ever?
I don't think so.
Well, the third one got like really popular there for a bit because of PewDiePie. So
But
maybe they'll announce that, but probably not really.
I'm not gonna bet on it. I want it to happen for Snowbike Mike's sake, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Dude, I want it to happen for my own sake. I haven't played a skateboarding game since, dude, I don't know, Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, man. Game.
Okay, I did play that. That's true.
It's a great game.
But
I
that
guess-
was okay.
I guess good
Probably
skateboarding
terrible.
games are hard to make nowadays for some reason.
Yeah,
like
look at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. It's rough.
you just put the
That was
dude
just an
on the
obligation.
board
That
and
was a
make it do
contract
tricks.
obligation. Yeah.
You can play as Lil Wayne.
I want a AAA skateboarding game to exist more than I want to play it, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I just want that to be viable in 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
We have the technology.
We have better technology than we've ever had. Motion captured skateboarders and shit. We could do
Yeah.
this. It could be really cool, but it doesn't exist for some reason because it's not viable. Whatever. Square Enix really quite interested in this because of what Eidos Montreal is working on, either Guardians or Avengers or helping with Avengers or whatever. But then just the Avengers game proper. What are we going to see gameplay? Do you think? Is it time?
Let me look at my list of predictions here.
We must consult the list.
Okay, so if we're just tossing predictions, one of my like bullshit, crazy, ridiculous, like, yeah, I'll flip my shit. Is imagine a world where Square Enix is like, you know what? Hey, we've been fucking up for years and years. Here's
Deus Ex is good. They've done that right.
we, I mean, not like in that sense, but like, hey, here's Final Fantasy VII Remake shown 3 years ago. Where's that?
And it's due in
here's-
2027. Yeah.
Here's my crazy Hail Mary prediction. Square Enix wises up and they're like, look, we've announced all these fucking games. Here's release dates for all of them. Or Windows.
Oof.
That's really ambitious, and
That
way
is.
too ambitious for Square Enix.
I
'Cause
I
even if they
hate to say
announce the
that.
dates, they're gonna get delayed again.
I know. But look at Sony. Like, they announce shit like years in advance.
And
Like,
they stopped
when
doing
did we
that.
see Spider-Man?
They stopped doing that with God of War and Detroit and Spider-Man. They learned that
Yeah.
lesson, rightfully so. It would be cool. I am really interested in Final Fantasy VII Remake just because I want to play Final Fantasy VII, but I hate playing Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
That
So
it
how's
just
this
does
gonna
not
make
hold
you
up.
want to play Final Fantasy VII?
Because
Supposed to be better?
I like that
more like
aesthetic. I
in
like that
part.
world. I like those characters. I just hate the gameplay
Uh-huh.
and it looks like trash now. PS1
Just straight up
3D
garbage.
games and the PS1 do not hold up for the most part.
That's true.
Except
I won't
for-
play a
Soul
single
Reaver.
goddamn PS1
Yeah,
game.
except for MGS1.
Like MGS1 looks great
holds up.
still. Soul Reaver
Yeah.
looks great still, but like Final Fantasy VII, you look at those character models,
Castlevania.
it's rough. Castlevania is pixel art and it's fucking gorgeous. It's prettier
Yeah.
than most games that come out today.
Exactly.
In my opinion. But yeah, it's rough. I want to see that story and I want to play with those characters, but I don't want to play that game. Because that makes sense. I like
there's
Advent
supposed to be
Children
like
a lot.
3 parts to that game, isn't there?
Yeah, it's gonna be episodic, which is weird.
Why? That makes
So
no
they can get it
fucking
out.
sense.
So they can get it out before 2045. That's the only
Yeah.
reason. That's,
Then
So they can delay it without you knowing.
I think they should just not make that game. You know,
no, it's too late. They've already
What's the point?
did it. They've already did it. They have to commit until it comes out in 20 years.
I mean, that was a game that I wanted to try out, but it's like now I have no hype for it at all because it probably won't come out within this lifetime.
I wanted to play it when I saw it at PSX 2015. You know?
But at PSX,
I don't care anymore.
2037,
I want Kingdom Hearts 3. That's what I'm on now.
I'm just curious what most of Square Enix does. Are they just kind of like sitting around the computers being like, "Oh, today I might work on this game"?
Well, I guess Square Enix and their teams, I guess, have to be separated. But yeah, they're perfectionists. Like the Kingdom Hearts director and the Final Fantasy director, like those guys are perfectionists. Yeah. They do, and then
how
they're
perfect has their games been?
Good. I mean, here's the thing: there is such thing as too long of a development time, and they haven't realized that yet. Biting off way more than you can chew. Even though I like Final Fantasy 15.
My thing with Square Enix is that like Square Enix proper, they have just fucked me over so many times. I'm over it. I don't care anymore.
But they have great IP.
They do, and like Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm gonna play it. But I've been waiting too long for that shit. However, they own some really good and really reliable studios. You know, Crystal Dynamics. I only played the first. Yeah, I only played the first Tomb Raider. I loved it though. It was really good.
Fantastic.
And then
I feel like that's one of the few IPs that they still deliver on, even though that's really not their game. It's
Crystal Dynamics. It is definitely.
They just kind of publish it. I feel like
Crystal.
That's about it. No, not Crystal. Square Enix.
I mean, yeah, that's they are a publisher. Yeah. That's what they do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what I'm saying, like, it doesn't really feel like a Square Enix game. That's they
have a wide umbrella. Like Hitman is also a Square Enix game, right? Like
they sold it. Remember?
Oh yeah, but it was. And then like the IDOS stuff, like with Deus Ex, like that you wouldn't consider really a Square Enix looking game, but it's published by them. So they have a little bit of a diverse portfolio. You think of like Square Enix, you think of Final Fantasy like anime guys, but
they're I think straight up Japanese.
All the weebs.
Their Western developers are definitely much different. Will Octopath Traveler be out by the time E3 happens?
No way. That's in 2 weeks. Octopath Traveler is not getting a stealth release before E3.
It has a date.
Oh, does it have a date?
Yeah, it has a date. July 13th. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit after that. So we're gonna see something from that for sure.
Okay. I mean, that's a game I'm looking forward to. Like probably one of the few Switch games I'm going to buy this year. That's like in my top 3 most anticipated games for this year. I cannot wait. Especially now that Metro's out of the picture. Like, give me fucking Octopath Traveler, man. I cannot wait. Yeah, why not? I haven't played a JRPG in years.
And this one looks gorgeous. And judging from the demo, it's fun to play as too. So I'm excited. What are we gonna see Final Fantasy wise? Are we gonna see something from Remake, or is there gonna be like another side project? Final Fantasy 18, even though the other games hadn't come out yet, but that's what they do for some reason.
Final Fantasy 15 versus X3.
Or I want to see a proper Final Fantasy Birth by Sleep. I want to see Final Fantasy 15 2, but they're actually a boy band now. So it's like 10-2, where they're like pop stars. I want to see where they're like an indie folk like rock band.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Final Fantasy 15 was best when it didn't have a plot and you were just driving around and like doing random shit. Just make a game with no plot and just a giant open world to drive around in and play music in and kill shit. I'm so okay with that. But
I mean,
probably not.
No, I think Final Fantasy wise, the only thing we're gonna see is Remake, if anything. Way out there is
Vita spin-off like they always put out.
Yeah, way out there is some sort of spin-off of 15 on like, I don't know, like on 3DS. I feel like they're still making fucking 3DS games.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 on 3DS. And Final Fantasy 15 on Switch.
No, they're gonna not even mention Switch once, but they're gonna mention 3DS. They're
gonna mention Switch when talking about Octopath Traveler. That's pretty much it, though.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, and then it's gonna be so many 3DS games. Because why not? Because it's gonna be about to be 2019, and they're still putting out 3DS games. I think that's all for Square Enix. Now this one might, I'd say, probably about third on the hype list, which is Ubisoft, specifically because of Splinter Cell's pretty much going to happen, right? Like we have to assume at this point that it's going to happen. They said there's going to be surprises, and there's no reason they didn't hire Michael Ironside to do the fucking Ghost Recon DLC just for Ghost Recon DLC. Splinter Cell's alive.
Yeah, if they didn't do the Splinter Cell, the Ghost Recon thing, I wouldn't. I would be less like believing in Splinter Cell this year. But like, you know, that came out of nowhere, and even in Mario plus Rabbids, like there was Splinter Cell like references, so it's like, okay, are they trying to
the ball
hint
is rolling.
something? Yeah.
And they had Michael Ironside like do this interview. He's still like so in. He's like, I am Sam Fisher. Like I am down to do this. I am this character. The Ghost Recon thing was like, all right, this came out of nowhere. This is not just a standalone thing. Like, yeah, like you said, like if that didn't happen, I wouldn't believe it. But I just want a modern like military stealth game to exist in 2018, 2019. And be viable. Like I just want that to. I will buy it day one, even though I'm not the biggest Splinter Cell fan. I haven't finished any of them, but I've played them all. But I will buy a new one day one, just to support the genre that is dying.
Has there been a Splinter Cell on this gen of consoles?
No, Blacklist was the last one. That was last gen.
All right, so do it already, Ubisoft.
Just call it Splinter Cell. Michael Ironside's back. That's all you really need to know.
So are we gonna get another Watch Dogs? Because it seems like Ubisoft.
The timing would make sense, kind of.
But they keep on switching back and forth between Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs. So this year, what you think it would be Watch Dogs 3? Because last year is Origins for Assassin's Creed.
And they want to support that longer, from what I understand.
Yeah.
We're gonna see I think we're gonna see another big Origins expansion, and then maybe something from Watch Dogs.
Mm-hmm. Who knows what that'll be, but it'd be interesting.
Something small that we might get in a couple years.
Something small.
I want to see like a Watch Dogs in like South Korea.
That'd be different.
Or Tokyo.
Dude,
I'd be down with Tokyo.
That would be fucking cool. Because there's hackers around the whole world. Like there's hacker cells everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
From what I remember, and Tokyo would be awesome. But that would be kind of nuts to build. If they made like a actual like Tokyo open world. I mean, we got Yakuza, but like it's so tiny, like it's really small. Mm-hmm. If they made a fully fleshed out Tokyo like that, I would be really down for that alone.
I mean, from what I've heard, Persona 5 does a very good job at like portraying real life location.
It definitely does, but that's also a pretty small area. But like a fully open world Tokyo, that would be amazing. And I love Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, from what I've played with Watch Dogs 2, it doesn't get everything from San Francisco, but like
way too flat for one.
Yeah, like absolutely.
I remember walking more hills.
Not enough cars.
Yeah, the traffic is way too good in Watch Dogs.
Not enough bad Uber drivers out there.
I literally, I played, the last time I played Watch Dogs 2 was right before Kind of Funny Life 3. I was like, oh, I'm going to go to San Francisco. I'm going to play a San Francisco game. And I was like, oh, it's like the traffic's so nice. And I go there like, oh my God, they kind of fucked up.
I mean, pretty much all those games who are based off of real life places are never accurate.
It's a tourist attraction. Yeah, it's like one giant tourist attraction.
Exactly. Like for Infamous Second Son, it takes place in Seattle. Like you look through it and it's like, oh, there are way less homeless people and way less traffic too. And everything looks super nice. It's like, no, most of Seattle doesn't even look this nice.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much all they had going for them was like, I mean, just the Space Needle, and even then, the Space Needle just like looked, too nice.
Yeah, I climbed it once, and I was like, all right, jump off.
That's the Space
exactly. Needle. It was way too difficult to climb. I'm not climbing it again for a while.
Yeah, how big? Okay, so Spider-Man, New York City, obviously. They said it's like 5 times bigger than Sunset Overdrive. Like,
oh wow, okay.
Like 4 or 5 times bigger. I can't remember what they said, but that's gonna be massive, and they might have a shot at being the best open world in New York. I feel.
Yeah.
They got
Damn, I believe it. Yeah.
I believe it. If
I,
anyone's
I
gonna
feel
pull it
like
off, it's
New York
Insomniac.
is easy to do. You know,
is.
oh, just put a bunch of big tall buildings and you're good.
But
You know,
make
let's-
it
Even
dirty,
fucking
too.
knows.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll include like the Statue of Liberty. That'd be cool. Can you swing off that?
I'm sure I'm sure in a Spider-Man game they'll include Statue of Liberty.
Oh
I mean, you
yeah,
should
that's
know.
been
You've-
in
you-
Spider-Man
you've-
2.
I mean, you should know. You've played like every single one of them.
yeah,
I don't know.
man.
I haven't seen it in any recent games. Any
that's-
recent, like in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 games, they didn't have it. So that makes me sad.
It was in Spider-Man 2, the original game, wasn't it?
Absolutely, I went
yeah,
there.
I remember climbing.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a recent memory. It hasn't made an appearance.
I'm really
So,
excited.
we
The
need
first thing
to
when I
play
do in
People
Spider-Man
Liberty.
is just climb the tallest building and jump off and kill yourself. Because that's always the funnest thing to do in a Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just jump off and die.
off the Empire State
and,
Building or whatever.
well, I think in the newest game, like you fall down, but like you save yourself. Like it won't let you die.
Oh, we'll see.
I think that happens.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Shout out to Spider-Man 3 of the game, I
Spider-Man
guess.
2, that game was really fun to jump off shit. That's about all I can say for it now, looking back at it. I love that game. Looking back at it now, I'm like, oh, ouch. Spider-Man 2 looks so good compared to it. It's ridiculous.
So we're gonna move into PlayStation predictions, or what's
PlayStation
next on the
predictions.
list?
Does Ubisoft have anything else they want to talk about?
Assassin's Creed, the Skull and Bones game, I don't really give a shit about. If it was like a Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but without Assassin's Creed, I would be very much hyped. But it's just boats, so I'm not really down. I want
Just
single
boats. That's what
player.
you're gonna
I want the
call
boats and not the boats. I want both, not one of them or the other.
Number one.
They're probably
boat
gonna
game.
do another like Switch thing. They'll probably have another partnership with Nintendo. I imagine with how well Rabbids did.
Ugh.
Are we gonna get a sequel? Maybe.
Maybe. I feel like they might try their hand at a different IP. I don't know. I don't know if the timing's right for that yet.
I mean, actually, just do anything. Please, no more Rabbids.
Yeah, let's not do Rabbids. Unless Splinter Cell, it's like Splinter Cell cross Rabbids.
Splinter Cell cross Mario.
No.
Splinter Cell. It's gonna be
Never
It's gonna be Rabbids cross something else. Rabbids
come
cross
on.
Zelda.
Let's get rid of rabbits. They're like the video game version of Minions.
I just got an
Like,
idea that's gonna exist. It's Four Swords Adventure, Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventures, but with Rabbids. Dressed
Four
as-
Rabbit Adventures.
Four. Yeah, exactly. It writes itself. That's what's gonna.
Legend
that-
of Rabbit.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. They're gonna be in like the four different like little link tunics, and it's gonna be all Zelda iconography, but just with rabbits. And I'll officially kill myself.
Do you
Can they
think
just
Rabbit-
all... What?
Go for it?
I was just gonna say, can they just all be like rabid links? Like
Yeah,
as
they're
in, like
rabid
they all
links.
have no, like they just have rabies.
Oh,
Like just get rid of the actual rabbits and make them
they're breaking new
all
ground.
have rabies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of writes itself there. Just have them go fucking crazy and like try and kill themselves, or have it turn into
How
like
is that a video game? What the
I
fuck?
don't know.
Rabbits are in every game now with rabies.
With rabies.
Or just have it turn into like a battle royale game, just with a bunch of rabbits.
A fucking rabbits
Please,
battle
no.
royale game would be amazing.
Oh,
Think about
I feel like
that.
it would be terrible.
100 rabbits drop in out of the sky. The last rabbit to survive wins.
they don't even have weapons. They're just like
No,
I don't even know what rabbits do, to
they
be
just
honest.
scream at each other.
Until someone be the last one to not quit out of this fucking game.
Yeah, they're like, whoever can sit in the lobby the longest wins.
I'm just rabbits screaming. Like, how long can you
$69.99.
survive this?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can your brain cells take it? So yeah, Sony is a kind of a known quantity, which is why I'm kind of not looking forward to it that much. We know we're going to see
know.
Last of Us. We know we're going to see Spider-Man. We know we're going to see, Days Gone probably. And then there was
Didn't they say,
another title, too, that they're going to show
Ghost
off.
of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, so they're going to focus on those 4 games. They might come out of left field with some like third-party partnerships and announcements like they always do. I'm hoping Bluepoint teases something. I'm hoping it's Metal Gear. It's not going to be.
No,
That'd be so nice.
No.
Here. Okay, do you want my biggest like Hail Mary get hype moment of E3 possible?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Fucking okay, it's the Sony press conference. We just saw Ghost of Tsushima. It looks really cool. The screen, the whole auditorium goes black. The fucking codec ring starts playing.
Oh my god.
I lose my shit. Bluepoint remakes MGS1. the right way. And
Just MGS1?
just MGS1. Yeah, they do like a Shadow of the Colossus treatment of MGS1. And that is my number. Yeah, and then like it goes through the whole introduction cutscene. I mean, that would be tough. Believe me, that would. I mean, if we're gonna go like crazy, that would be amazing. But no, they would probably just do one game with the attention.
But how would that work though? Because Nintendo owns the IP for Twin Snakes.
It wouldn't be Twin Snakes. It would be Metal Gear Solid 1 done right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be Twin Snakes. It wouldn't have any of the Twin Snakes bullshit. It would be pure MGS1 or Snake Eater. I would fucking love Snake Eater too. I'd love them all. I would love them all, but I feel like if they're gonna do it, it's gonna be MGS1.
Yeah. Give us all three of them if they're like spread out over a couple of years or something.
Or hell, just you don't even have to do like a full remaster. Just put the Legacy Collection on PS4. Let us.
That's pretty much all I want.
That's the more realistic one. I want a full remake, but that's the realistic thing, and it's crazy that it hasn't happened yet because Konami hates money for some reason.
Yeah, they'd be just printing money right now.
Figure out how to port Guns of the Patriots off of the PlayStation 3. Figure it out. There has to be a way. And
there has to
put
be.
the whole series on
they
PlayStation
did it for
4.
Uncharted and Last of Us, like.
But those are much more better written in terms of code games. Guns of the Patriots is a mess. It barely holds itself together. It's like Red Dead Redemption in that respect.
There's like 20-minute long loading screens, right? It's 20, not longer.
Yeah, but like it's the variable frame rate's all janky and fucked up. Like it's barely holding together, and the PS3 is the only thing that's keeping it contained. But if they can figure that out and like solid like 60 frames a second, Guns of the Patriots, that would be incredible. 4K support. PlayStation Pro enhanced.
Because that game is really good looking for a 10-year-old game.
Mm-hmm. I just played it this like January. It looks awesome still, but it's all janky and fucked up and 15.
Exactly.
It goes from like 15 frames a second to like 61 frames a second, like in no time. Like it bounces around. It bounces around so much, and then it goes back down to like 25 and hovers there. Just put the whole Metal Gear series on PlayStation 4, please.
Oh yeah. With 4K support, 4K make it look super nice.
Peace Walker in 4K, dude. Oh my god.
Ooh.
I have a question. You guys know more about Metal Gear than I do. Does
I know a little bit.
Sony own any of the Metal Gear stuff?
No. So
they don't.
Konami owns the IP. Nintendo does, I believe, have some percentage of Twin Snakes specifically, but we're never going to see Twin Snakes again. If they put Twin Snakes on Switch, I will fucking love it, even though it is inferior, but it's still great. So it is often associated with PlayStation, but no, it's definitely all Konami's deal.
So, okay, so I'm thinking in my head, like Sony and Kojima, they're best friends now.
They're best
Do you
friends,
think Konami will put do whatever for all their Metal Gear games and put it on Xbox to be like, fuck you, Kojima, or just not fuck you, but like
it would be on everything. It wouldn't just be on Xbox. If they put it out just on Xbox, fuck you, Konami. That would be the ultimate fuck you, Konami. It would be third party. It would be
not
everything.
As many people would buy it.
Yeah, it would be on everything because they put Guns of the Patriots. They put Sons of Liberty, Snake Eater, and Peace Walker on Xbox. Even though it's basically unplayable because the 360 controller isn't pressure sensitive, so half the actions in both Sons of Liberty and Snake Eater you can't really do. So it's rough. But yeah, it's ridiculous that hasn't happened, and I could definitely see it going both ways. But especially Guns of the Patriots on Xbox, that would be weird because it's been tried on PlayStation 3 for so long. That would be trippy. But I'd be okay with it. I'd be absolutely okay with it.
Maybe not like a fuck you, but do you think like Sony and Kojima are so intertwined at this point that they're like, hey, like we know Konami did you dirty, like it's okay, like we're not gonna support them that much, you know?
I don't know.
They're a business at the end of the day, and that would sell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But they care about they care about the money they'll make. They don't care about the relationship between Konami and Kojima.
Like they weren't gonna put a marketing deal for Metal Gear Survive, but for a full collection or a remaster, I feel like they could get behind that for sure.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna happen at all. We're not gonna see Metal Gear ever.
Even though we got Survive,
We got Survive and that
fucking
bombed.
a
It was
hot pile of garbage.
hot pile of garbage. It's just a
Buy it
matter of
now
time.
for $10.
For less than
Exactly.
$10
Like
probably.
they'd be printing money if they made a fucking collection.
That's all anyone wants. If they make,
I'd buy it.
Just fucking plop it on there. Like you don't even have to remaster it. Just put it on there. People will buy it.
nothing makes me more sad than the pachinko cutscenes for Snake Eater, the Snake Eater pachinko machine, and those gorgeous cutscenes and how amazing that would be in a full remake. But it doesn't exist, and
No.
it's infuriating. But
Very
I don't know.
infuriating.
We'll see. I don't expect to see anything from MGS at Sony's conference, but that would be my number one get hype moment possible from E3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, speaking of other number one possible, we're gonna see Cyberpunk. This is a real video game.
Yeah, we are.
It got announced in 2013, and we have seen nothing since.
Dude, I still watch that trailer like every few months.
Dude, I'm right there
What
with
the
you.
like, holy shit.
Just the art direction, it's gonna be crazy. And I worry that it might actually have the problem that Witcher 3 has, that people say Witcher 3 has but doesn't, which is too big for the sake of being too big. But knowing them, they're gonna nail it. It's gonna be.
I feel like Cyberpunk is only going to be bigger than Witcher 3.
No, it will be. They've confirmed it. It's like size-wise, it's bigger than Witcher 3, which is nuts. I'm like, all right, Witcher 3 justified its size. Can this also justify its size? I'm skeptical. It's hard to beat a fucking masterpiece, but if anyone's going to do it, they can. Naughty Dog has proved time and time again they can surpass themselves, so why can't they? At Cyberpunk, or at CD Projekt, rather. We're going to see
Yeah,
it. I think we're going to see gameplay. We're going to see definitely some kind of like theatrical trailer. We're going to see gameplay, and I'm going to predict like a launch probably like 2020. Probably.
Wow.
Damn.
It's going to get delayed, I feel. Yeah, because that's really not that far away, though. It's really not.
Yeah. I
Well,
was just looking up.
I can see next year too, but I don't know. We'll see.
I was just looking up the when they announced it, and it was May 2012. So
Shit.
that's been a long
crazy.
time coming.
Yeah, they
then.
were still making Witcher 3,
Holy shit.
and
Yeah.
through that whole time, and now they're like all hands on deck on Cyberpunk. So yeah, I cannot wait for this game. I just want to see what it looks like.
I need to see gameplay because I mean what the trailer showed is interesting and all, but like is it gonna look like Witcher 3? Is it gonna be what the fuck is this game?
Especially because they've gone back and forth so much. They're like, you're gonna be able to switch from first person and third person. It's gonna be online. It's not gonna be online. Like they've gone back and forth so much. Like, what is it actually like? I hope you can go first person and third person. That would be amazing.
Because in my head it's like a first person game. Like it's kind of like the old Prey 2 trailer that we saw. Like not exactly, but like
Yes.
That's what I'm preparing myself for.
Please. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Yeah. Just the ability to switch back and forth would be fantastic. And I'm pretty sure they've confirmed character creation too, so it's going to be like a full, if you could just inherit yourself or embody yourself in this world, that would be amazing. And Cyberpunk is such a rich, like, just fiction to go off of. After I came out of Blade Runner 2049, I was like, can we get Cyberpunk now, please? Like, that's all I wanted since then. I just want to exist in that world.
That's like the only thing in my life that's missing is like this. Is just the cyberpunk Blade Runner aesthetic.
I mean, yeah. Here's
I
the
have
thing:
nothing.
like the original Deus Ex is like totally cyberpunk, but and then Human Revolution, like it's like almost that, but it's not that, so it's disappointing. It's like it has like shades of it because it's not quite as far in the future as the original one is, but the original one is from 2000 and looks like a 2000 game. There's a shameful lack of cyberpunk video games out there, let alone cyberpunk RPGs. So this is like a dream come true.
Yeah.
What else?
I mean,
What else we got?
like Detroit, it's kind of a step before that.
Exactly.
It's not
It looks
completely
very
cyberpunk.
similar to the Deus Ex Human Revolution. Like it's before the cyberpunk happens.
Yeah. It's pre, but like we want it during. Please give it to us because
I want the
Yeah.
rain. I want the synth. I want all of that.
yeah,
shit.
just give us all of it. But like I think Detroit takes place in like 2038 or whatever. It's like, come on, fast forward another 100 years or something.
Or like 70
So-
years even. Yeah, it depends.
Yeah,
on the
even that
timeline.
we'd be more into it. But
Observer is probably the best cyberpunk game out there right now that you can play on PlayStation 4. It's kind of like a walking simulator / horror game, but the aesthetic, they nail that cyberpunk aesthetic. Like the very retro, like Blade Runner, like everything is like analog, and everything's rainy and everything sucks. Like it nails that aesthetic. And you go inside people's dreams, and it's really cool.
I've noticed rain like really makes a lot of games for me.
Very
like,
atmospheric. Rain, like all these Batman games, like it nails it.
Especially if it's heavy.
Especially
like heavy rain.
Like
that had lots of rain in it.
There you go.
And rain made a comeback in Detroit. So
rain is back. Are they connected, or is it a shared world thing?
I mean, it could be.
They both have rain.
Yeah, I mean, they have some similar features like that. But more rain is always a good thing, right? Like that one country singer would say.
Wow.
Well, I forgot his fucking name. Remember?
I don't know, but that sounds like a country ass thing to say.
Yeah, he'd say rain is a good thing.
Rain is a good thing.
Part of me would die every time I heard that song. Fuck that guy, whoever his name was. I think it was like Luke Bryan or some shit like that.
They all sound the same to me.
Yeah.
So,
they all have the same names.
Yeah.
Sing about their horses.
They all look the same. Well, they don't look the same, but they all sound the same. They sing about the same stuff.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And they're always trying to hide the racism, I feel like.
Yeah, just subtle racism.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see Ghost of Tsushima gameplay? I hope.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I am really interested to see what that looks like, because I should be the biggest Infamous fan ever, but I just can never get into them due to how they feel.
Really?
So this is their chance. Yeah, I should be the number one Infamous fan. Superheroes, open world, choice based. That should be the Noah Friscott game. There it is. But I just could never get into it. I've tried them all.
Really?
It just feels floaty and weird to me. It's weird.
Did you finish them all?
No.
Or like, okay.
I've gotten like a big portion of 1, a little bit of 2, and then a portion of Second Son. It just feels so. It just does not feel right to me.
I love those games. I know a lot of people shit on Infamous Second Son, but like I still loved it. You get Troy Baker, and you're in Seattle, and you get more cool powers. Like that's pretty much all I needed was I get to learn a bunch of cool stuff, and I have a chain now instead of the arc thing that Cole had in Infamous 1 and 2, or just 2.
Yeah, he just had like some sort of device, like it wasn't even like a real like this guy has a chain all the time
thing. Like
yeah,
it's
like
scored off the end of like I don't know, some sort of station thing. Just here you go, and controls your powers somehow
all the time.
Yeah,
big ass like metal bar.
That's all it is.
Or something.
It's just a pipe.
Yeah,
Basically.
I think Zeke made it. His pal in 1 and 2. I'm still disappointed that I'm not seeing an Infamous game. Like
honestly, yeah, I'm with you.
I don't care about the Ghost of Tsushima yet. I mean, unless they show some good
really
gameplay.
Okay with it.
Okay.
I just judging by like we don't get like that setting that isn't fantasy. Like
That's true.
It's like there's always demons or stuff happening. It always looks like Neo. But if we can there might be fantasy elements though. I don't know.
There's strategy games that are in that setting, but
like AAA story driven, like open world, like we don't really see that, and I'm really interested.
Okay, yeah.
But there could be fantasy shit. We don't know. Especially if the title kind of alludes to it. But even though, like, just judging by like the little footage we have seen, I want to see what gameplay matches up to it because I'm definitely interested. I want to exist in that setting. To me, an open world is made or break by its setting and how much it pulls you in, and that's one we really haven't seen much of.
That's true. I'm with Micah in this case. Like, I wish it was Infamous, but in like, I trust Sucker Punch for sure, but they really have to do something with Ghost of Tsushima that will like make me be like, all right, I'm okay with not having an Infamous because we get this.
Yeah, because it's like a Horizon to Killzone type thing where like they were allowed to flex a little bit.
I'd say it's a little stronger than that. Like, we didn't need another Killzone.
Yeah, that's true. But like a studio moving on from something they're really known for and kind of testing their waters. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
In that case, yeah.
They do kind of need a shooter. I wish Sony had a shooter. I wish we had Resistance.
Resistance. That's all we need.
Bring that back. It can't be that hard, can it?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
I mean, you have Insomniac finishing up Spider-Man. Fucking just put them on Put them on Resistance.
It doesn't need to be Insomniac though.
It doesn't.
Like
No.
what? Who made the last Sly Cooper game?
Oh,
Like I don't know what they've been doing, but they did a good job with Sly 4. You know, like they can like do. I don't. Okay, I don't know their capabilities, but like Sanzaru, yeah, like give a studio like that the infamous IP, you know, and let Insomniac breathe with Spider-Man.
Oh, they made Secret Agent Clank. I love these guys.
There you go.
They made Sonic Boom Fire and Ice.
Never mind.
Never mind. They're making games. They're not making Resistance though. Like they made Tron Runner. They're very much a small developer at this point.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of game is too big for them. But
you never know. They could bend.
Yeah,
That's true.
They're making a big giant game after all pretty small Vita and Splinter or Cyber.
Yeah, when you played Golden Abyss, did you imagine that company would make like a tentpole Sony game?
I hope so, because they did a great job.
Yeah, see.
But we'll see. But yeah, I kind of want to see put Bend back on Resistance. Give him another shot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're ever gonna see Siphon Filter again? Is that IP dead forever?
I don't even know what the fuck that game is.
It was what Bend worked on in like the PS1-2 generation.
I mean, it's been several generations. I don't see it coming back.
Yeah, the last one was like on PSP.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see that. I mean, what is that game anyways? Isn't it like a stealth game?
It's so like the official like Google thing is third-person shooter stealth game, but it's very action focused. If we can get Splinter Cell and Siphon Filter back, like I'll just be happy for the genre. Honestly, yeah, I never played them, but this is what Bend worked on.
I think I might have bought them on some sort of PSN flash sale and downloaded them on my Vita, and then after that, I'm like, oh wait, this game's kind of boring. I didn't really dig it. I think it's pretty much just an action game that's on PS1 and has terrible controls. But who knows? Maybe they could bring that back.
But they could bring it back and do it well.
Mm-hmm.
Like God of War it.
That's true.
I don't see it happening though. In the direction that they're moving, I think they're moving toward the future, not looking at the past.
Yeah,
which is good.
Oh yeah, I think all of the Sony studios that have moved on to other things are not going back to their like
original
original thing.
Just like Naughty Dog should never go back to Jack. Sorry, Emma.
Never ever.
That like Sony still owns all those IPs, and they can just give them to other people if like the demand is there for these games. But like, yeah, Naughty Dog's not making a Jack ever again.
No.
That'd be so disheartening.
It's better
like,
for it. Like
why would
you guys
have
doing?
These super talented people work on a game that came out like during the PS2 generation?
Here's the thing. If they did it, I would believe them and I would be excited for it because they're like, we want to. The only reason they would ever make that is because like we really want to make this. Like, they have so much clout. Like they are pretty much the #1 first-party studio. They can do what they want. Basically.
Absolutely.
So if they were like, we actually have a really good idea for another Jack, I would be down with it because they would be passionate about it. Like they didn't even think they were going to make The Last of Us 2, and they're like, no, we have a story. Like we can actually do this, and it's going to be good. So
see, like I would have been totally okay with that if Last of Us was a standalone game, and that's all we got.
Me too. But then that fucking teaser trailer came out.
Yeah.
And I cried.
And then it's like, oh, now I actually want this.
Yeah. I was like, I don't.
They gave
I
you
was
a reason
always
to.
about like, if they're going to do Last of Us 2, no Joel in LA is perfect. And then she said like one word. She sang one word in that trailer, and then I just started bawling. And I was like, I need them. I need them back. So
please.
I'm interested to see how different Last of Us 2 is going to be. Like if it's going to be a step up, or is it going to be you're crouch walking around, you're throwing bricks at people? Like is it going to be pretty standard, or are they going to try to shift it?
Are you going to be able to listen through walls again?
Yeah. Are they going to take that back? Like no, it's. I feel like listen mode might not come back. To be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Like absolutely.
I feel like they're going to go that direction. They want
That's
it to be
like
immersive. They want it to be totally immersive or whatever buzzwords.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've heard like that's the way to play The Last of Us is like grounded mode where you don't have listen mode and all that.
Not the first time, but it is definitely fun.
Yeah, I mean to get the true experience. I think at least Colin Moriarty said that. I remember him saying that. But I mean that game's too fucking hard on that mode anyways. I
Yeah,
wouldn't do
but it's
it.
great.
I'm planning on replaying it this summer, and I don't think I can do it without listen mode.
Yeah.
I was thinking if it was just like a normal stealth game and like you just couldn't see through walls, it'd be fine. But like it also fucks with your resources, so there's like hardly any bullets, and you die like instantly, and you don't heal like over time. Like there's a lot of factors, and then there's Grounded Plus, which is even worse, which is crazy. Yeah, my buddy beat it on Grounded. He didn't know about Grounded Plus, so he's like, he would just unlock Grounded Plus. He's like, what?
Oh my god.
Not doing it.
So I have some like hardware predictions.
Okay.
I think they're gonna
Let's see.
Sony's gonna come out and they're gonna be like, you know, you guys love the PS4 Slim. You know, would you like a slimmer version of that?
They did
we
with the
give you
PS3.
No.
Exactly.
They did with the PS3.
They're gonna have the
It's
PS4 Slimmy Slim, and coming out this holiday season, and it'll be
Spider-Man bundle.
exactly, and they'll discontinue the other PS4 Slim, and it's gonna be a top loader like the PS3
God,
Slimmy
no.
Slim. Yeah, it's gonna be a cheap piece of crap.
I mean, I have that cheap piece of crap, and it's actually nice because I lost a disc to an original PlayStation 3. So
Okay.
it looks
Well,
like it looks like trash, but functionally, it's really good.
It looks like a fucking George Foreman grill.
It does.
You just put your steak right on
Yeah.
top of it. I'm gonna fucking cook it up right here. Oh my god.
That's apt. It's quite an apt comparison.
Yeah. And then I also think they're gonna come out and announce a PSVR 2, because like
I don't think
they're-
so. I feel like they said there wasn't going to be any hardware announcements.
really
Yeah, they're
okay.
just gonna
Well,
focus on the
these are
core
all like just bullshit predictions
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
But you know, I just feel like the original PSVR is like it's just not cutting it anymore. You know, like you put that thing on, and I mean, I tried it at Eli's house, and I mean, I was kind of blown away, but like just how low resolution everything looked.
It's like the
Mhm.
3DS next to
Yeah,
the
it was kind of an eyesore, but I mean, I guess that could be PS4 restrictions. Who knows?
Yeah, that thing's
You know.
already pushing the PlayStation 4 to its limits. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
I mean,
get
maybe
something for
they'll
PS5
include
for that.
a bigger computing box or something like that, a more powerful one.
Yeah,
Hmm.
as like someone who owns the PSVR, like I agree. Like the resolution isn't amazing, and that's really the only like step that they could take with a PSVR 2, quote unquote, like because it's not like a terrible thing, you know. My only issue is it could be clearer, but it's not like a big deal.
Mhm. I mean, it's it's baby's first VR. You know, it's kind of like intro. You know, if you really wanted to get the true VR experience, you'd spend like $2,000 on a PC plus
Exactly.
your
Vive.
VR headset. So, you know, the fact that the PSVR is being sold for like $250, you know, is pretty amazing. And I guess my Hail Mary pass for predictions would be like a Vita 2. I know it'll never happen, but
wish,
like
man.
they'll be like, oh man, we see the success of the Switch. We gotta try this again, and they'll just come out and it'll be. I don't think it'd be a hybrid console at all. It would just be a bigger Vita and better resolution.
And
Bring
triggers.
back, bring in the R2 and
That's
L2.
literally all I would ever
Ma-
want. Is I just
make
want
the analog sticks actually, clicky.
Mhm.
You know, that was so annoying to me. Just make it fucking clicky and get rid of all the gimmicks.
Yeah, just no gimmicks. Just good
Yeah.
horsepower,
Exactly.
triggers, but like a full controller on this thing.
Mhm.
That would be amazing.
And bring back the OLED screens.
No, do it
Because-
like whatever like the next generation screens are.
Yeah,
like
bring back. It has to be a good technology. I don't want your LCD screens. I want something fancy.
Mhm.
and it would probably be insanely expensive, like $300. But
Yeah, but if it was
I'd
beefy,
buy
Not
it.
that much.
if it was beefy and it didn't have any gimmicks and it was just like, all right, it is $300 so it can run games,
Uh-huh.
like I would be totally down with that.
Yeah, and I would totally be down with that too. It would definitely be worth the price point.
But it's not
And
gonna
then
happen. So.
no, it'll never happen.
But I would love that so much. Like
So
a
much.
Vita with that feels like a controller in your hand with a big screen and
Yeah.
plays games competently and has great first party support. But it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and you can use it to remote play your PS4, obviously,
Or
because
PS5.
everything can do
Actually
that
have it
now.
connect to PS5.
Okay, with your PS5. I don't know. Any other predictions for Sony?
No, I feel like since they laid it out so clearly, it's a little bit easier to it's a little bit more difficult to predict. I feel like they're gonna show probably just Red Dead if we're gonna see, even though
Oh, yeah.
Rockstar doesn't typically go to E3, but if it was going to be shown, it would have been Sony's conference. I feel because they got the advertising deal.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
I feel like no, actually, I think Battlefield is Xbox partnered, and then yeah, what any other? I mean, like FIFA, Madden.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
about it.
It's not gonna be a full blown conference like. But when you have 2 years of Dreams in a row, I think that's fine.
Yeah,
Like we got the good stuff.
they deserve an off year of not much happening,
Yeah.
because
They
we've
blew
got
their-
some
they
good
blew
games
off
coming
all of
out.
their loads. Yeah.
I really don't care what's gonna happen in 2 years from now.
2 years
You
from
know.
now, we'll be on PS5.
Yeah, so I maybe that's what they're saving it all up for. Like they're switching all these games over to PS5. Like PS4 it can only last so long because it's kind of underpowered.
It was
Well,
underpowered
both
when
of
it
the
came out.
Yeah, out of the gate, the developers were struggling with the PS4 and Xbox One. So, and then the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X are trying, they're there to try and negate that a bit. But it's not everyone's going to buy that because it's kind of dumb. Like we already bought our console, we don't want to buy another. I
I can't believe
have
I didn't think
another.
about this. Are we going to see
What?
Death Stranding gameplay?
I was just gonna say that I don't think so.
You don't
I
think
think
so?
I think we're gonna see another Death Stranding trailer, and we're gonna be even more confused than last time.
Kojima's editing a trailer.
Yeah,
And
That's true.
I think it's going to be like the first Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer where it weaves in gameplay, but it's going to be like really subtle and it's going to be cut very cinematically.
okay. So it's gonna be like, oh, that was gameplay.
Oh yeah, that was
at the
gameplay.
end.
It's all ambiguous. I think that's
Yeah.
what it's going to be more than anything. It's not going to be like a full demo like Last of Us is going to be.
Yeah, and
Although I'd love it if it was.
I don't think we're gonna see a release date either. Is there
Oh,
a
no,
release
no.
date?
That's
Yeah,
gonna
like
be Death Stranding is gonna be this generation's Last of Us, where it's like the last swan song of the console. I really do believe that. It's gonna be at the very end.
So like 2020, 2021.
Probably 2020 is my guess for Death Stranding.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like that's when a lot of those games are gonna come
Yeah,
out.
release it when
like,
it's ready. Just release it when it's
Yeah.
ready. I want it, but I want it to be good. And the last time he got cut off, we got Metal Gear Solid 5 without an ending.
Damn, shots fired.
Yeah, it's not done. It's not finished.
Wasn't Death Stranding like one of the titles that Sony was like, this is going to be at
This is
E3?
happening. Let's check. Sony. I thought there was 4, but yeah, you might be right. 2018 Death Stranding.
And then we're tossing around 2020 a lot. What's going on in 2019? Like maybe, what's it called?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Don't even joke.
I got a pizza
What's
writing
that
on
game
this.
called?
What is that game called?
The zombie one. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Days
the
Gone.
zombie
That's
one.
definitely 2019.
Days Gone. That's
Yeah,
2019
they got
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
But like, that's the only 2019 thing we kind of
From Software's new IP.
Oh yeah. Their Souls
Sony exclusive.
We don't know.
I mean, I
Thoughts?
guess so. I mean,
Predictions?
because with Bloodborne, like I feel like it's just gonna be a continuation of that.
Okay,
And,
so I totally was misinformed. So the 4 games that they were going to show off, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, and Last of Us Part 2. and that they will debut Death Stranding's gameplay. So it is.
Oh, they
happening.
will.
Shit.
Oh, okay.
And here's what gets me really excited. Here's what gets me really excited. A new remaster of a classic PlayStation game will be announced.
Ooh.
You know what the fuck that is?
You know what the fuck that is?
I don't know.
No,
you're solid.
Anything.
Hopefully it's Metal Gear.
Siphon filter?
If it's fucking Siphon Filter, dude.
And that's a Blue Point ass game, though.
That is a Blue Point ass game. They do it.
That's if you want to, disappoint everyone in the crowd and be like, I barely remember that game.
But now you'll remember it.
I actually
In
this
4K.
was speculation. The remaster thing was speculation, but we for sure it's a pretty likely. There's going to be some kind of remaster happening that isn't Spyro.
Absolutely.
Because Spyro is going to be all platforms. I always forget Spyro happens. Spyro's happening this year.
Honestly, who gives a fuck about Spyro?
Yeah,
A lot of people give a fuck about Spyro.
I couldn't believe people cared about Crash, but then they did, and I was like,
What?
all right, whatever.
Everyone
and
loves
then
Crash,
Spyro
apparently.
came out. Okay, but
Apparently.
I feel like people care less about Spyro than they care about
Crash. I agree. I am interested about Spyro because I never played them, and I'm a big fan of Insomniac. I think just for the history, the history aspect, I'm going to pick it up because I think they look less frustrating than Crash. But that's pretty much my only interest in, as just like I like this studio. I want to see what their history was, before Ratchet. Are we gonna?
Yeah.
What's
Ratchet's future?
What's Ratchet's future?
Dude, I don't know,
The
because the
remastered as
game seemed to have done pretty well, but it was only made because of the movie, and the movie was a piece of shit.
Yeah, and it suffered because of the movie. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I hope if they do another Ratchet, that it's not just a retread of 2, and that it's a new game.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, like we tried this remake thing, it didn't really work out. I mean, it worked out, but it didn't. It could have been a lot better, in hindsight.
It worked out, and it could have done better. But I feel like their mentality could be like, all right, that was just the beginning. Here's more.
Yeah,
but
now we're gonna continue it.
I feel like it only worked so well because Insomniac themselves did it, and I don't think they want to do more.
Yeah,
They only did that one because they had to do it right.
Yeah, I would also be okay with it not coming back because I mean it never really. The PS3 games are really good, especially Crack in Time, but they never quite hit the level that the PS2 trilogy did. So I'd be okay if it was rested aside, but I love those characters, and they will always have a soft spot in my heart. But also, yeah, I'm okay with if they just they do bigger and better things.
Yeah, who knows what they're gonna do after Spider-Man?
And that's exciting. I love that studio. I'll take whatever they can give me, man. How didn't we? Okay, Rocksteady. If Rocksteady happens, it will be at Sony.
Oh yeah, that would be the place. Do you
Really?
see like a Superman game happening? Or
Boy, would I like that a lot. Because
There's
they
been
could
too
pull it
much
off.
Superman shit for me not to think it's something involving Superman.
Like people
Yeah.
are finding more references to Superman and Arkham Knight. Like they're still finding Easter eggs that.
oh my
Like,
god,
There's
point
so
you-
many.
Like
shit, it's happening.
a Superman game would be such an insurmountable task. But if
Yeah.
anyone could do it, Rocksteady could fucking do it.
It's just how would they get past the fact that like he's fucking indestructible, you know? Except for the Green Rock thing.
The Green Rock and magic. He just fight fucking Harry Potter. Like that's the game.
Yeah. But yeah, they would be the ones to do it.
They would set some creative constraints, like with Arkham Asylum. Like they put you on this island. It's a very Metroidvania. It's very contained
absolutely.
experience. They would find some creative plot thing to keep it all held down.
He'd be kidnapped by Brainiac or something,
He's
and
kidnapped by
Brainiac
Brainiac.
is like, "Oh, I made a world all out of kryptonite. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
And
You're just a
then,
normal person.
yeah, play this game. You're just a normal person. You're not even Superman.
Just picture it though. Picture those cape physics and how fucking awesome.
Oh, man.
that would be.
I mean, Batman's cape physics were amazing.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah,
So you
it's
carry
gonna
that
be
with
even better.
Superman, and it would be incredible. Absolutely incredible.
What do you think the storyline would be for this Batman game or Superman game?
I feel like
That'd
we
be
might
just-
actually see a Batman game.
A Batman game?
Yeah,
Really?
Montreal
Another one?
Batman game. There's
Well-
been a lot of rumors with that too, like even more so than the Superman game. Like WB Montreal is working on
Okay.
something.
Batman Beyond.
God, I wish.
that would be cool.
Fuck me.
That
No,
would be a
it's
good
gonna be like a
Cyberpunk
sequel
game.
to Origins, where it's very like Batman and Robin centric. And I'm 100% down with it because I love those, and I could honestly, I would play a Batman game every year if it was annual because I just love that gameplay so much. You just slap a new story on there, I'll play it. $40, totally content with that. But also Batman Beyond, please.
Yeah, I feel like the way Arkham Knight ended, if they were gonna progress from there,
In that
it
story,
would have to
in
be
that
Beyond.
universe, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like even Damien or something, like there was rumors about that they were gonna make a Damian Wayne game and that got shut down. I'm glad that got shut down because I hate Damian Wayne. But
Fuck about it.
yeah, Batman Beyond would make sense, and it would be just imagine that with like a cyberpunk aesthetic, like a
Yeah, that'd
gothic
be so dope.
cyberpunk.
That's your
aesthetic.
cyberpunk game right
Yeah,
there.
that's your cyberpunk game. Gotham City, you're fucking Batman Beyond. You're flying around. You're doing this shit. Like it would also be enough of a departure from the other games to like stand on its own and not be the same thing over and over again. Like
Exactly.
It's a
you can still
no-brainer.
have Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
you know,
Kevin
play
Conroy's
as
getting up there in
Bruce,
age.
Bruce Wayne.
Kevin
And,
Conroy cannot be Batman for that much longer. He could be
No.
a really,
he
really
fucking
good old
tries
Batman.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's getting pretty old, so
you give it
days are numbered.
get that. No, I mean not that. He's not numbered, but like
No,
he's not going to be
no.
able to be Batman Prime for
No, he
too
can't.
much longer. I imagine it's pretty demanding, but I want that so bad. Like with the realistic aesthetic, like with the Batman Arkham aesthetic, but to Batman Beyond, cyberpunk gothic city, flying around, like very neo-futuristic. Like it would be so cool.
And they would get rid of the biggest issue with Arkham Knight is the fucking Batmobile because
you can
Batman
fly.
Beyond he doesn't have a Batmobile.
Yeah.
He fucking flies
Well,
everywhere.
he has a Batmobile.
Well, okay, but he flies everywhere.
flies
That's what he's
everywhere.
known to do.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I actually want the Batmobile to be in there because the fucking cool shot where it's like all red, where it's like the red lights on him.
I need to Google this shit.
Dude, Google Batman Beyond Batmobile. It looks dope when he's in the cockpit. I need to read some comics because there's like so many Batman Beyond comics that I haven't seen, and I love it. And they have like the aesthetic that I want.
Hey, I love Return of the Joker. You know, give me something of that,
Oh yeah,
just of that quality in a video game.
yeah.
Get
Just
Paul Dini on the
find
line.
a shot. Well, didn't Paul Dini do Arkham Asylum?
He did Asylum and City, but not Night, and
it
it
shows
suffered greatly.
It suffered
from
greatly
that.
because of it. Yeah, but yeah, just look at a shot of him in the cockpit. It looks awesome. Just the reds. Like it's just
Okay, I remember
yeah,
this. I remember
it's cool.
this.
It's very cool. But yeah, just I would love a Batman Beyond game. You get that banter between him and Bruce Wayne, like it'd be so good. You could do a lot
It's
of cheeky
perfect.
references.
So what's next on the list?
Well, what's next on the list is I mean that's the last conference. Just kind of like
Yeah, that's all the
any
conferences.
last
Okay.
any last shout outs, predictions, crazy Hail Marys.
Is Nintendo having any? Oh wait, we already did Nintendo, didn't we?
We did not do
We did not
Nintendo.
do Nintendo. That's huge. How can we missed that? So
Okay.
I don't really expect too much from Nintendo, honestly.
Are you really?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Metroid. Like maybe Pokemon something. Bayonetta 3 probably. We'll probably see something from that.
For all the viewers out there or the listeners, my mouth is a gape.
Listen, my expectations are they're low, so they can impress me.
This is the year Nintendo is gonna come out, and I mean they came out swinging last year, but this is the year
I don't know if they can do it again.
they are gonna do it
They're gonna
again.
do it again.
Though. They've set themselves up to do it twice in a row,
Smash Brothers for Switch, obviously, huge.
Yeah.
and Pokemon.
Pokemon maybe.
I feel like Pokemon's gonna happen.
Pokemon maybe.
It has
So-
to for Switch because if they do a 3DS game, another one, like, just not having it.
Oh no, they're
I'm
not gonna do another
returning my
3DS game.
Switch.
There's
Fuck
not
you,
gonna,
Nintendo.
there's not gonna be another 3DS game, but I just don't know. I just feel like it's too early because like the thing they're like it just went into development, but it could be farther along than we know. We don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like
I'd be lying.
I gotta imagine if they give us the Pokemon we want,
It's
it
not gonna
won't
be
take that
Pokemon.
long to make.
It's gonna
No.
be. It's not gonna be the Pokemon we want though. The Pokemon we want is really ambitious. They're gonna do something before that.
No,
and
it's-
then
How
do
is it?
something
How is it ambitious? Even if it looked like a 3DS game and it had the same mechanics and everything, it
Look,
would
Is
be
that the Pokemon
fine.
game you want? Because the Pokemon
No.
game I want is fucking Breath of the Wild Pokemon.
If it looked like Pokemon Coliseum, a GameCube game,
Just put that on Switch.
I'm happy.
I wouldn't
I'm
even care.
very happy.
I mean, all I want is just your traditional Pokemon game, and I'd be happy. Like, you know, you
I
get
mean, I
to
am
fight
too.
with
I
your
would too.
friends.
I'm in.
and,
I'm totally in. Whatever Pokemon happens, I'm going to play it.
Uh-huh.
I want it.
I just don't want any Pokemon Snap or any of that bullshit.
It won't-
Like, I
it's
don't
not gonna be
fucking
a spin-off.
care. Just
No,
give me
they're
normal ass
making-
Pokemon.
They said it is a proper Pokemon RPG for Switch.
Okay.
Have
okay.
you?
Then I'll be
have
fine.
have you guys seen like all the leaks and everything about like Let's Go Pikachu and
I
Let's
don't-
Go Eevee?
Which that would be great. I don't believe it for a second. If that is the truth, I'm totally down because that's would be great. That's exactly what I want.
Mm-hmm.
But especially if it's Eevee, give me that's. Come on, is there any choice? But we're gonna see hopefully Metroid Prime 4 something.
I mean, yeah,
Something.
they announced it last year.
Yeah, so they're gonna show like probably like a little just teaser image. I'm sure it's. I don't think that game's gonna come out in a while, unfortunately. Like it has entered development. That's another one. It's like it has entered development. Great. When is that gonna come out? Who knows?
Do you think they'll? Do you think they'll remake the trilogy on Switch, or
I
just
want them
port
to-
it?
I want
Like
them
that's
to
all they need to
so
do.
bad. That's what I want. Metroid on Prime on Switch. That's why. That's one of the biggest reasons I was disappointed about the virtual console announcement. That they're not really doing it in the traditional sense. I just wanted Metroid Prime. Like that's the main game I wanted was, and if it's the trilogy, great, even better. Without motion controls, even
Absolutely.
better. Even
That's the only reason why I haven't played them all. I own the trilogy on Switch on the Wii,
Mm-hmm.
but like I just can't. Like I don't want to play a motion control shooter.
yeah, it's good on motion controls in 2008. But
Yeah.
now it's like now if you try to play that or if I try to play that, I'm like, no, I'm not down. Not down. Even
Yeah.
when the little times where Mario Odyssey wanted you to use motion controls, I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this. Like I don't.
No, I'm not gonna jerk my fucking whole Switch or like
Yeah.
to the left
Jerk
because I
you
want
off
to
your
spin
Joy-Cons.
around.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think we'll see a Switch Mini? You know, like they just take the Switch,
I don't think yet.
make
I
it
think
make it
they're just-
smaller.
They're just
In
gonna make
half.
Joy-Cons. They're just gonna make like all kinds of themed Joy-Cons. They don't really need the full consoles anymore. I don't think.
Yeah.
Did you? So, what do you guys think about the legitimacy of that Switch that was dockless that they're selling? That are like not selling, but
There was
like,
there's like a trademark for it or
leaked.
something.
yeah.
Leaked, allegedly. I think that'd be great. Honestly, if they came out day one and they were like, all right, there are two SKUs of the Switch. One of them is dockless and it's just a handheld, and one of them has the dock as a console. I would have got the dockless one. I would have just got the handheld. So I would be really okay with that. I'm glad that I have, it is in the form that it is, but if they had that option, I would be totally okay with it just being a handheld. Honestly, I've been using it a lot more since I got the Pro controller. I've been using it on the TV, but before that, like it was just a handheld and it was great. So that would be awesome. I don't think it's real yet, though. I think it's too soon.
I just feel like the Switch is supposed to be a handheld just because or for me because having to take out the fucking Switch out of the case is annoying, and then putting it inside the dock, worrying about it scratching.
That's why you gotta get a dock sock.
A dock sock?
Yeah, you
is
gotta
that a thing?
Yeah, you got a dock sock so it doesn't scratch it. So my Switch is decked the fuck out. So it's got a case on it, it's got a dock sock, and then it has a screen protector. So that thing it's very safe.
Okay.
Mine is kind of safe. It has a screen protector, some little Joy-Con hand covers, and then my mom bought like those little furry things that you put on the bottom of couches and stuff so it doesn't scratch your floors. I just
nice.
cut those up and stuck them into the dock.
There you go. That works.
Oh, that's
It's a
smart.
makeshift dock
Yeah.
sock.
Yeah. So you can get around fucking up your Switch, but
Well, and then I heard with the Mario edition of the Switch, they ended up changing it up a bit to where you don't have to worry about it scratching. Because I remember New was telling me that because I don't know if he's still applying to Nintendo, but yeah, he had seen all of that shit, and like they had changed it up quite a bit.
Exclusive.
Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm like leaking anything or something. I doubt it, but yeah, they changed that up.
I mean, it's
But
really just one, like, or it's like two pieces of plastic that are kind of unnecessary. They're only there to scratch up your Switch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
honestly. Yeah, no kidding.
yeah, it would be nice if you could just like, I don't know, I use your Switch through the TV by like not having to use a dock. Like, why isn't there a fucking cord I can use?
I know.
Third parties are
know.
making it, which is great. So
Uh-huh.
there's like Kickstarters and stuff for it. So it will happen eventually.
So I feel like that would
Should-
be way less clunky. You know,
Yeah.
just use a fucking USB Type C to like HDMI, and
Yeah.
there
that's
you
all-
go.
That's all it would take.
That's the whole point of USB-C is that it can do fucking anything.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Nintendo. I don't know. I'm not too hyped. I feel like they'll announce like Mario games. You know, whether that be I don't know, a new Mario Kart or something. I doubt that.
I don't think we're going to see no Mario Kart, but I'd be down.
But you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
like some fucking
Some
bullshit
spin-off-
Mario
spin-off.
game. Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
We got Mario Tennis coming out next month, but let me tell you, they announced a fucking Mario Party on the Switch, and it's not a
And it's
bunch
not
of
shitty.
garbage ass shit. I'm day one buying Mario Party.
Absolutely.
I'm buying 2 copies, one for me and one for my mom because she hasn't played her Switch in a long time. Because Nintendo, you need to market to moms out there.
I mean, they did with the Wii, and it worked. So they gotta
Exactly.
They gotta go back. You can have both ways. You can have both streets. Hardcore gamers.
She wants
and-
Mario Tennis.
She wants Mario Tennis. I want strikers or golf more than tennis, probably.
I mean, yeah, I want golf more than tennis, but the fact that we're getting tennis for sure, it's not bothering me, and it looks like a good tennis.
I don't know if I'm sure it'd be fun. I don't know if that's a game I can justify spending $60 on though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to though.
I'm gonna have to. All right, I'm locked in. Okay.
It's Nintendo.
you know
You're not
what?
gonna pay less than $60 for anything.
Will that be out before? When does that come out?
I think like June 5th or something.
Okay, so because that would be a great prom game.
Oh yeah, I think that's confirmed as the prom game.
Okay, I'll get it for that. That'll be worth it. Alone. So, I think we can move on.
Well, okay, I got a little list here.
Okay, go for it.
So what do you guys want first? My real predictions or like my wild Hail Mary crazy predictions?
Wild Hail Mary crazy predictions.
All right, crazy predictions. Nintendo, we get Smash Bros. Gameplay. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Happening or no?
Yes.
All right,
100%.
confirmed.
With character.
All right, what do you? Oh, we're gonna get some not like. Oh yeah, confirmed Fox, confirmed Pikachu.
No, it's
Fuck
gonna be
you.
like it's gonna be like confirmed like Smash, or it's gonna be like Breath of the Wild Link. It's gonna be
Mhm.
like new variants of existing characters. I think.
Okay. Yeah, because there isn't really a switch like there isn't a character between the last one and this one that's
Mario's got
that's
Cappy now.
yeah, okay.
It's just an aesthetic thing. That's all it is.
I gotcha.
Snake.
I got a new Mario or a new Zelda announced. Do you think this is happening?
I could see a 2D Mario. I don't think we're
Okay.
gonna see Zelda. I would really want a 2D Zelda or 2D Mario, but I don't think we're gonna see. I really don't think we're gonna see either of them. Not this time. No.
I'm just saying announced. Like,
Announced.
remember last year with the Pokemon guy? He was like, "Oh yeah, it was just a video of a man." and he was like,
it's in development.
"Pokemons."
Yeah.
Yeah. You think what's his name? Sakurai? Is that the guy that makes
Smash.
Zelda?
No, Sakurai
Oh, no.
makes Smash.
Who makes Smash? I mean, who makes Zelda? I mean,
Anuma. Anuma makes Smash. Or Anuma makes Zelda. Sorry.
yeah, okay.
I
Yeah, do you
want
think he's gonna
Either a 2D
say
one.
something?
It's gonna be a 2D one. Either way. Zelda
I'd
or
like
Mario. I would love that.
Backing out of Nintendo, going back to Bethesda, I'm gonna say my crazy prediction: Bethesda announces a new series, and that means either new IP or just a reboot of some old ass game that you haven't thought of in like 20 years.
Terminator 2 for the like whatever computer that they made it for.
Happening?
Bethesda Studios has to come up with something. They're working on something. Please be Starfield.
I'd love something like that.
Yeah, because then they can do new ideas and not make Fallout, not fuck up Fallout. You can do whatever
Exactly.
if you're in a new IP. Anyway.
Yeah, and that's like a genre that's missing kind of from Bethesda. I mean, you got Prey, but like,
yeah,
we only have one game.
There aren't that many sci-fi RPGs out there. There really are not.
Aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
I already said my new Square Enix thing. We talked about Gears of War before, but what do you think about a Gears of War reboot that is not connected to the old ones? No, this is Marcus's son, blah blah blah. Just like either set back in those days with like totally new characters, or continuing off of Gears 4 with characters that are not related to anything we've seen before.
With the way that 4 ended, I can't see that happening.
Damn.
They're committing.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't see that happening. I'd love it though. I would love another game that takes place in the timeline of the original 3, where you're fighting the Locust and not these weird fucking cocoon things.
Oh, absolutely. Like, imagine a game where the characters don't know what's going on, but you do.
Yeah,
you know?
Like Judgment, except not shitty.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But like with the new character. Yeah, I would love that. That'd be great. I don't think it's gonna happen though.
Yeah. All right, my last Hail Mary crazy prediction is we get Microsoft. They see the success of all these other companies, you know, PlayStation, even PCs getting a lot of success these days.
Mm-hmm.
They bring back a name that you spit on back in the day. And that name is Kinect. They bring back Kinect,
No.
but they tie it to VR. Do you think
It'd be
Microsoft's going to make it VR?
No, they're already doing AR. They're going that route. Right.
They're going all in on AR?
I mean, I don't know what they're going all in, but that's the route that they seem to be taking. I think we're going to see more of that. I don't know. I think they've buried Kinect. I think
It's okay.
I think it's a situation, it's done. They wouldn't have distanced themselves so far from it if it wasn't dead.
That's true. That's true.
Because didn't they discontinue the adapter?
Yeah, you
for
can't even buy
Kinect on Xbox One.
Yeah, you just cannot buy a Kinect separately.
Yeah, no, I don't see that happening whatsoever. I mean, what's that thing? The AR thing or the HoloLens?
HoloLens, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's their
We haven't even
future.
seen that in a while. Which is
Yeah,
weird.
it's been years since they announced that.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
still
last time
not
I
here.
saw that was like some Minecraft thing.
Yeah.
Play Minecraft on it. Great, cool.
On your table.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I
Honestly,
guess.
that looked pretty cool.
It did look cool, but
Yeah.
they fucked. It was a trick too. Like the way they shot it, like it wasn't actually representative of the
Oh
technology.
yeah.
Damn. Fuck you, Microsoft.
It's probably
I was-
not
probably
going
haven't
to
seen
be
it
as
in a while.
cool.
All right, so that's my crazy ones. Here's some real ones that we didn't touch on. We get a big Destiny 2 DLC announced,
Or
like Taken
a
King.
King level.
Yeah, Taken King level that just wipes away all this shit that we've been playing. Just like
History
I don't know,
repeats
just
itself, where like the game,
Yeah.
it makes the game great. And
yeah, it has to.
I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
I know I don't even know what it's called. That's how much I'm out of the Destiny loop. Like I don't even know what the last thing was called, but
Warmind or something like that.
yeah, Warmind, which is that's such a fucking terrible name. Like, god damn. If you're really into Destiny, like, when they announced Warmind, you were disappointed. You're with me. You're fucking upset.
Anyone who's like a Destiny fan, like they're just perpetually disappointed though. Especially with
Absolutely.
two.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Like
That's
they're
true.
used to it. They're like just taking it, just taking the punches.
But like, Curse of Osiris at least had a lot of promise
That's
that
a
they
cool-
didn't
yeah,
deliver
they
on.
did
But
deliver on, but had
Warmind
promise.
is like, hey, this is garbage. anyway, so whatever.
I know Max fucks around and calls Destiny trash, and it's always been trash or whatever. I had some of my most fun this generation was the Taken King. Like, it was
Absolutely.
stellar.
Absolutely.
It fixed most of my issues, and it was just the gameplay was as good as usual, and it actually felt like substance. So I would love that. That's what it would take to get me back in. I'm kind of say screw you, Destiny and Bungie right now kind of mode, but
Honestly, same here.
yeah, and that sucks because Bungie is in like my most revered development studios, but all the guys I liked are long gone now. It's not even the same studio anymore. So,
But the thing is, like, technically, their games are like top notch. You know,
yeah,
like I honestly cannot think of a shooter that's more fluid than Destiny. I
oh,
feel
mechanically,
like.
nobody's gonna debate that. It's just everything else they fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Destiny feels great, and which is why I'm surprised at myself that I haven't at least just played the DLCs just to play those mechanics again. Which, hey, I'll resurrect Destiny Tuesday one in a couple weeks just to fly through that story mode, which is way too short, and I'll be disappointed. But just those mechanics,
Yeah.
you cannot
Yeah.
deny them.
So they gotta announce something big. I think the only other kind of real announcements that I have that we haven't talked about really is Call of Duty showing Blackout, like just showing gameplay and explaining what it is exactly.
That's a that's a Sony thing, probably.
And then yeah, same thing with Battlefield is that they're going to announce their battle royale thing
At
because
Xbox.
like yeah, or wherever EA.
Yeah, probably
I'm
both.
sure
they're gonna show both because that's what they double dipped with Battlefront too, as well.
Yeah, they always do that shit.
Yeah, like we're gonna show you the same exact trailer again.
And I guess my last thing is that I mean, I don't know how much you guys care about like the sports games and anything, but I don't think EA is gonna make another NBA game like NBA Live.
Oh, it's over.
Well, their last
17.
one
2K
failed,
ate
didn't
their
it?
lunch.
That was
Yeah.
fuck. That game's. I haven't played it, but like the fact that they're selling it so cheap, I think it's like the base game is like $8 or whatever. Like they're
yeah.
real, like they're done.
Such confidence.
Just stop.
Yeah, 2K is always a bestseller every single year. Just don't even bother.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's not
Can't
worth
compete
it.
with that anymore.
No,
You missed your
literally-
fucking
you
boat years
literally
ago.
cannot.
yeah.
Bring back NCAA football. That's
Just-
that's when I'll care.
You know, double down as hard as you need to on the sports that you have locked down, and
FIFA,
just make
locked
them
down. Madden locked
it,
down.
like exponentially better than they've ever been. You know.
Just make it a platform. Just make it all right. You buy FIFA, and every year you get a roster update and little tiny tweaks.
How much would the roster update be, though?
I don't know. It depends because could you buy individual players? That's the thing.
Oh.
They could do a lot with it.
Okay, they could
monetize
vary
it.
that.
Yeah, they could.
Like, oh, you pay $30 for all of them, or $5 for each, or something like that.
I think like a $30 yearly update would be totally fine.
And they sell gangbusters because they already make so much on microtransactions. You have someone you don't have to make another game, for a while or until like the next gen. You just sell them like players or whatever cards.
Yeah, they'd be printing money at that point. They
already
have to
print
put
money.
less work into it.
They literally have to put less work in, and they'd be making just as much money.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think like EA, and that seems like the rational thing to do.
Yeah, it's really smart business wise, and I'm sure everyone would be okay with that. Like, oh, I don't need to buy another fucking disc. I can just plop the same one in, and I got new characters. But who knows?
Yeah, it was cool having every Madden for like 5 years up to a point, and then now it's just like,
Now I have 5
Why are
Madden
you buying
games.
it?
I don't need
yeah,
5
why are you buying
Madden
this
games.
every year?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I literally the only way I'd give a shit is NCAA football. That's the only sports game I've really ever liked. But yeah,
I mean, my school doesn't have a football team, so I don't give a fuck.
yeah, that's like college football is like all we have. So that let me care more, I guess. I don't know. And we were good for a while, long time. We had a cover. One of the NCAA football games. It was one of our guys on the cover. And it was great. But yeah, sports games. I don't really give a shit about. Any final Hail Mary predictions or anything? We're running a little late.
Yeah,
That's
getting
it for
a
me.
little sleepy.
Okay, a little sleepy. Let's wrap her up real quick. A little quick Q&A sesh today. So we actually already answered this one. Kyle Stevenson, what up? Will we see Death Stranding gameplay? Yes, I think we will, but in subtle Kojima ways. And
Yeah, I'm excited for that Kojima directed or whatever edited trailer.
have you seen all of the MGS5 trailers? They're actually works of art.
I don't think I have, but I might just look him up just because like
Seriously,
I need more Kojima in my life.
those trailers are better than the game. To be honest, like, they are more complete products.
Damn.
I love
Yeah, I
MGS5.
agree.
MGS5 I played for 100 hours. It's great, but those trailers are works of art. He's an incredible editor. He's really weird, but you can say he's.
I think he really wants to be a filmmaker.
that he did, but the Japanese film scene didn't exist. It's very low. It like at least when he started, like when he came up, he's like, I want to make movies, but you can't really do that in Japan, so I want to make games, and he made some of the best games of all time.
Yeah, it'd probably be a different story if he, lived here in America.
I'd be a different person. I would be a different person.
Damn.
Straight up.
Yeah, I would be a film major. So, and at Unsexiest Comedy asks, will Eli continue to be the best boy of Gridlife Digest? Will he continue being the handsomest, most cute, and gifted member of the team? This dad says yes. Also, what new Disney World will Kingdom Hearts 3 show? So let's unpack this. The answer is
All right,
yes.
yeah, there's a lot going on in this one
The answer is
question.
probably yes. I'm going to say yes. I want to see yes to everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it tatted on me that I'm the best boy, so I can't be untrue.
You cannot be untrue.
It's got to be true.
gotta
It's
stick to the
there
brand.
for life now.
Yeah,
You didn't just think it. You fucking inked it.
absolutely.
It's there for a while. Unless you want to get the painful laser surgery to get rid of it.
No, it's in a spot that like not that most people won't see, so there's no point in covering it up.
Oh, okay. It's not like you're gonna miss out on a job opportunity because of it.
No way.
No,
I think
you
I'd
would
only
get
get
hired.
more
Yeah.
jobs from getting that. Yeah,
Yeah, they just know this guy's the best boy. We gotta have the
Absolutely.
best boy on our team.
So, in terms of Kingdom Hearts, though, what are all the worlds that are confirmed? We got like Toy Story, we got
Monsters
Big Hero
Inc.
6, Monsters Inc. Like
Hercules
Tangled.
is back.
Hercules is back. Honestly, I kind
I
of
feel like they've
I
done
kind of want to
Hercules
play
every single game.
I kind of want to play this game mainly for the Toy Story section. I think that'd be really cool.
Oh yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about the Toy Story stuff.
Just visually, like it looks like the films. Actually, it looks better than 1 and 2. Let's see.
I mean, I'm gonna say I feel like they gotta do something with Marvel at this point. Like,
Don't please leave.
I
leave it
mean,
out.
They have Big Hero 6, and that's kind
That's
of
Marvel. That is Marvel. That is a Marvel
It
property.
is. So
Okay.
I think that they're gonna use that. It's like this is as far as we're gonna go, and we're not gonna include Star Wars either because that's dumb.
You know what? Fuck, do what you want with Star Wars. I don't even give a shit.
hey, you're about to see Solo.
I'm
Your
about to
opinion
see
might
Solo,
change.
and I'll be there day 1 for Boba Fett. But in terms of games, they had their chance and they fucked up too many times.
Yeah.
I think Star Wars was too. I mean, even though they bought Star Wars like 6 years ago, I feel like that's too recent for
The game hasn't been in
3.
the game hasn't been in development this
Way
whole
too
time.
recent.
No, that would actually be perfect. It's only been in development for actively for 4 years. Like it hasn't been.
Yes.
It wasn't like it wasn't like Final Fantasy where it was like literally they were working on it for 10 years, on and off. Like they've only really recently started. Like let me see. So my dream as a non-Kingdom Hearts fan would be just a really really cool Tron world.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
They
but
had one in Kingdom Hearts 2.
that's already been done, but now with the second film, that aesthetic.
Yeah, we haven't seen any Tron for a while.
Bring
I know
back
they
Tron.
had the.
You could do so much cool shit with that IP.
Mm-hmm.
So the last thing
Yeah.
from Tron I remember watching was that the animated show that they had.
Oh, with Elijah Wood.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I enjoyed that, but there hasn't been any more Tron since. I don't think.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. Like, it was okay
Yeah,
for when I was 12 years old.
exactly. That came out in 2010. It's been a while.
The hype
I
of
kind of don't
Daft
see it
Punk.
happening.
I don't know. I feel like we're gonna see a world in it, but we're not gonna see another. I feel like we'll definitely see a Tron world. I don't think we're gonna see another Tron film for a while. It'll happen in Hollywood. What's like your dream? What's your dream world, Eli?
I'm probably Marvel, like a full-on Avengers thing, or at least, yeah, like it doesn't have to be like film Avengers, but like
It would be though.
I mean, Disney owns Marvel, so they have every character. So like, give me a world where like I'm gonna run into Spider-Man and Wolverine and.
They're not gonna do it though.
No,
they're not going to.
Especially not Wolverine.
Yeah. They're gonna get Steve.
I want another Marvel Ultimate Alliance. That's all I want.
I just want a fucking game to acknowledge that the X-Men exist. I just want Marvel to acknowledge that they exist. But anyway,
I don't know. We'll see at Square Enix this year. Maybe they have an X-Men thing lined up, but
yeah, an X-Men world. It's like a fucking 90s cartoon X-Men world. That would be great. That's way too out there. That's way too out there, but it's not gonna happen. But it'd be awesome. All right. Yeah, you are the best boy. Nobody's gonna deny that, I don't think.
Yeah, we can't. It's hard.
All right. It is time for I Recommend, where one of us recommends the group something for the others to check out. It can be anything. Last time we recommended Retro Replay, Troy Baker and Nolan North's little gameplay YouTube channel thing that's happening. Did you guys both check it out, and what did you think?
Yeah, I checked out the Spider-Man episode.
I enjoyed that one quite a bit.
It was pretty entertaining just watching them try and climb to the top and failing pretty much every time. And I kind of dig the style that they have, but like you're saying, no, it's a little bit overproduced.
Yeah, I wish it was kind of more like the early, like kind of funny Let's Plays where it was just two guys on couch and playing a game.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, but there's like camera cuts and like
they got all sorts of different camera cuts.
Yeah.
And then that one shot right there in front of the old TV, like I don't know, it felt like a bit much after a while. Even though at first it seemed cool.
It is cool at first. I definitely would like something a little bit more humble, and a little bit more old, kind of funny-esque.
Yeah,
just two guys on a couch in a game.
Yeah, that's all it should be, and then just set up some. Doesn't even have to be a fancy camera. Just set it up and you're all good. But
set up your iPhone.
Exactly, your iPhone like 4.
Troy Baker, go get your iPhone 4 from all those years ago.
It's kind of like I don't know. The more they improve it, the worse it seems to get. Like with Trailer Park Boys, like I missed the fact that show was like in 4:3 and looked kind of shitty. It just added to the aesthetic. And now that it's like in 4K and 16:9, it's like not getting the same aesthetic. Yeah,
some things benefit from less production value.
Yeah. So just make it a little bit shitty.
Just make it a little bit humble.
Yeah, a little bit humble. Yeah, but bring it down a bit. But I enjoy both of their personalities, and
they work great together, and they do voices together, and it's great. I really like the Punch Out one for all the different impressions that they do.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I love the fact that they're like kind of older. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in their 40s. They aren't like these other young bucks. They're 20s and 30s. Like these guys have seen some shit, like game wise. And they're also, in the industry as like, voice actors.
Especially Nolan, because he's bad at games and doesn't play games that often. Like having Troy, who plays games, like coach him through it and make fun of him is great. It's a great dynamic.
And it's just great that they can, make a bunch of stupid jokes and do some dumb voices. That's kind of why I was there. I was like, come on, do some voices I recognize, or at least do something funny.
Yeah, no, they do a lot of voices, but yeah, I'm glad this thing exists. It kind of came out of left field. It's like,
it seems so odd,
but it's cool, and the set's pretty nice. The whole aesthetic, I appreciate the vision behind the whole show. Like I said, it's a little bit too much for me, but I appreciate that it's there. There was a lot of care put into it, and I'm happy to keep watching the episodes. I'm gonna keep checking in as soon as they upload every time. It's a lot of fun. Did you check it out, Eli?
I did not. I'm kind of just scrubbing through it right now as we speak. But based on what you guys are saying, I feel like it would benefit from like just kind of like a guy or a girl or whoever just that is very like very much into playing games. Like
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys have seen the Conan O'Brien thing where he plays games and stuff, but he
Yeah,
he
that
has like a guy
also.
that
Yeah.
yeah, like he has a guy that's with him that like knows how to play games and everything. Like
He used
he's
to.
or yeah, I
Now he just has
guess
celebrities, and it's very sanitized and not entertaining anymore.
okay, that doesn't sound fun, but like
It
like
used to be great.
yeah, he used to have that guy.
Yeah.
And like I'm imagining if that guy was in with Nolan and Troy, it might be better. I don't know.
I,
What do you
I,
guys
I
think?
agree with that. Yeah, because like Troy plays games, but like they're playing like Atari 2600 games. Like it's really hard to be good at them. I imagine they're gonna go through the ringer. Like Punch Out, a lot more recent. I mean, obviously pretty old, but compared to the Spider-Man on the Atari, it's pretty much night and day difference. I'm not sure if
Shit.
they've put out another episode yet, but they were uploading pretty
Um,
consistently.
I mean the newest one it said YouTube said was Secret of Mana.
Oh yes, they did just put out that. So that I'm actually really looking forward to. So they're bouncing around like the Atari to 16 to 64 bit. I want to see them do some Nintendo 64, some PlayStation stuff, but we'll see. They might restrict themselves
Yeah.
to Sega and Nintendo stuff.
Yeah. I guess it's just not for. I mean, like, I haven't watched all of them, but I'm not super into like really old games like that.
Yeah, it's more for the
You know?
banter. It's more for them and their voices and stuff like that. And just
Okay.
it's
I'll check it out for
it's
sure.
definitely not about the games. It's about their personalities.
I've officially subscribed, and just in case they play something that I'm like, oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to play, or it'd be fun to watch them play one of the games that they're in.
That's what I was
both
gonna
of them,
say.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be great. And then they put themselves in a corner with the name though. They have to do retro games now. But
yeah,
I
exactly.
would love to see them
That's
play
what I was just
Uncharted.
thinking. Like they're really holding themselves back now, I guess.
Well, no, because
I
they got a lot
mean-
of material.
Yeah, they do. They do have a lot, but it just kind of puts the idea of them playing one of their games, out of sight, which is kind of disappointing. But
I mean, it could
I
happen.
don't know. I
like
feel like
now
it
again or
still
something.
could happen. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's only a matter of time before like Batman Arkham Asylum or whatever is considered retro.
That's
Yeah.
true. Just waited long enough, and they're like 60.
Yeah. I mean, what? That game's like 10 years old.
Yeah,
I
2008.
mean, give it another 10 years.
Almost, yeah.
Which is nuts because it holds up so well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I just played it. I replayed it like last year, and I was like, wow, this game is still just as good.
Yeah. I have it on my PC and I hooked it up to my TV just to see like, oh, what does this game look like in 4K?
I need to
And like,
do
oh
that.
man, it's so sharp and
Mhm.
oh man, it's such a beautiful game.
The art
It
direction
holds
holds
up
up
really
so well. Like it's because it has that kind of like larger than life comic book look to it. Like if they tried to do like a Nolan, like where everything's realistic, like it wouldn't really work. But everyone's like all the dudes are really jacked, and like it's
Yeah.
it's very much larger than life. So it holds up in that respect.
It's very Unreal Engine-y.
Yeah, it looks like an Unreal Engine game for sure.
Oh,
but
yeah.
one of the better ones. Man, I can't wait to see what Rocksteady does. Anyway, go check out Retro Replay. Troy Baker and Nolan North being themselves, I guess. And this week's recommendation is going to go to Eli, so take us home.
All right, so I'm gonna recommend one episode of a show. Feel free to watch the whole show or just one season or whatever. But the show is Documentary Now, and the episode is A Town, a Gangster, a Festival. And it's a series of like a 30-minute documentaries, 30-minute on TV on Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's on Amazon Prime, I think. It's like 20 something minutes. But this specific episode is about, imagine. Let me set the stage for you. Imagine in Europe, they're being bombarded by American and Hollywood culture.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the icon, the American icon that they stick to? It's
Steven
of course
Seagal,
close, very close.
Jean-Claude
It's
Van
Al
Damme.
Capone.
Al Capone.
Al Capone.
Really?
That's
So-
an interesting voice.
Yeah. episode, this city in Iceland is very, very much into Al Capone, to the point where every year they have a festival where they celebrate Al Capone.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm 100% in.
let's do this.
So everyone check that out. It's on Netflix. I guess it's on Amazon Prime according to IMDb, but 100% it's on Netflix, which I know you all have. But if you have that Amazon Prime, you also have that Twitch Prime.
And
I'm not gonna
maybe
go.
if Destiny Tuesdays comes back, maybe,
Hey.
hypothetically.
Until we get to the point where we can accept your Twitch Prime, give it to our boy Snowbike Mike.
Yeah, we can't reasonably accept it right now. We don't stream enough to justify that. Give it to Snowbike Mike. He's doing great work over there.
Absolutely.
Twitch.tv/Snowbike Mike. We love you, Mike. We're going to get you back on the show because your episode got eaten.
Yeah, he got
So
gypped.
sorry.
No, it's okay. That wasn't your fault. It's technology's fault. Anyway,
Yeah.
go check that out. Netflix, Amazon Prime, the platform of your choice. And this has been episode 33 of Gridlife Digest Weekly. Thank you so much for listening. You can head over to gridlifedigest.com to see all the content we post. Consider subscribing on YouTube and the podcast service of your choice so you never miss what's happening. We'll be back next Wednesday with another conversation. Gentlemen, we went a little long, but we talked about E3. It was a good time. Man, June is upon us. Get hyped. A lot of fun stuff happening this month. You be good to each other. Have a wonderful rest of your week.